John Bolton has pleaded guilty to a single count of illegally retaining classified documents. U.S. Attorney for the District of Maryland, Kelly Hayes, saying afterwards no one is above the law.
The rules governing classified and national defense information apply equally to everyone, regardless of position and regardless of how long you have served with the United States government.
Bolton faces up to 5 years in prison and will be sentenced in October. The search goes on for survivors in Venezuela after 2 strong earthquakes hit the country this week. Nearly 600 people were killed, nearly 3,000 hurt, and many more believed still trapped under the rubble. House lawmakers continue questioning billionaire investor Leon Black as a part of the Jeffrey Epstein investigation. His Apollo Global Management paid the convicted sex offender $158 million for what they said was tax estate planning services. This is ABC News. Another section of Texas has been designated an infested zone after an animal was found to be carrying larvae of the New World screwworm.
State and federal agricultural officials have ordered quarantines for 9 west and southwest Texas counties as they sterilize adult flies and release them into the environment.
We've released 100 billion a week for 19 months. That's 8 billion sterile flies.
But Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller tells ABC News
the sterile flies aren't working.
He wants to add a bait and insecticide regimen to the program, something federal officials have resisted. Jim Ryan, ABC News in Dallas-Fort Worth.
There's a giraffe on the loose in Texas, and agriculture officials are hoping it doesn't get infected by the screwworm. Gracie the giraffe lived at Cedar Hollow Ranch in Texas Hill Country until June 12th when she walked up a stone slab and over an 8-foot gate. Now she's in the land of mountain lions and coyotes and New World screwworms. I'm Sherry Preston, ABC News.
It's World Cup Day here in Seattle. The 4th match is about 12 hours away. This traffic report now is brought to you by the Seattle Mariners. We are looking so good for a Friday right now. There's not much to report, honestly. Federal Way to Seattle is completely clear, about 35 minutes. On the Valley Freeway, there is a little slowing as you get into Pacific. Not much to report in Auburn, about 40 minutes from Puyallup to Renton. It'll take you about 32 minutes to get to Bellevue. Lake bridges look great. It's a calm drive from the north end right now. So it's a pretty good Friday. This traffic report is brought to you by the Seattle Mariners. Don't miss firework nights all summer, presented by T-Mobile. Next up is the Patriotic Show, July 3rd. Get your tickets at mariners.com/fireworks.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM, Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Seattle is less than 12 hours away from hosting its 4th World Cup match. As the city kicks off Pride Weekend, Iran and Egypt, 2 countries criticized for harsh treatment of LGBTQ people, face off in a must-win match. We spoke with the Seattle Pride Executive Director, Patty Hearn.
Pride celebrations exist because it's important to see representation, and visibility matters. And I think for any person who feels alone, knowing that there is a vibrant, healthy community of queer and trans people out there living wonderful lives is affirming, and it can be life-saving.
The president of FIFA says the match itself is not officially tied to Seattle Pride, but rainbow flags will be permitted under the organization's stadium policies. Kickoff is at 8 p.m. tonight. Security remains tight around Seattle's World Cup matches after 6 more drones were seized on Wednesday. KIRO 7 TV's Brandon Thompson reports.
In the sheriff's office, air support team knows exactly when one is put up in the air.
Oftentimes those things come up as soon as someone turns on their drone.
Stanley says most of the people contacted during the World Cup do not have bad intentions.
Most of these folks are kind of the careless and clueless variety. They don't know that they shouldn't be flying.
But for just flying a drone where you're not supposed to could come with fines between $250 to $100,000.
700 pounds of fireworks caused an explosion on Whidbey Island, injuring 5 people, including 3 firefighters. Ring camera captured the blast. Central Whidbey Fire and Island Chief Jeremy Helm tells KIRO 7 TV his crews were responding to a house fire.
The estimation right now is some smoking materials were around the fireworks in question.
Everybody injured in Wednesday's blast is recovering, though 1 firefighter is having hand surgery. The explosion also destroyed 2 homes and damaged a third. The ATF is investigating. New barriers have gone up along Aurora Avenue in Seattle's Greenwood neighborhood as the city tries to curb the violence and prostitution in that area. Peter Orr has lived in that part of town for 16 years and says despite the crime, he doesn't want to leave.
Love the neighborhood too much for it. And who wants to let the pimps win?
The new barriers have been placed on North 96th, 98th, 100th, and 102nd Streets, adding to those already in place on 97th, 101st, and 107th. For the first time in 135 years, a woman will lead Seattle University. The school named Maura Mass its next president. She's a mathematician who most recently served as the dean at Fordham College in New York. The Board of Trustees chose her unanimously. She begins September 1st. And now to your KIRO Newsradio weather. Sunshine today with partial clouds, and we might get a few showers later tonight. Highs will be around 60s. Right now, it's about 54 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO Newsradio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO Newsradio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO Newsradio Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. Happy Fresh Fridays, Flex Fridays, and whatever type of Friday you want it to be. Good morning to you, Ursula.
Good morning. It's going to be a thank God it's Friday for me. This is one of those weeks where I'm not fully recovered from my illness.
Yeah.
So I have felt every single day of the week.
Oh.
And it's going to explain why I have an excuse for 9:47 when we do Flex Friday.
Okay. All right.
I'm feeling guilty already. I'm feeling kind of guilty. Hey, coming up at 9:30, we're going to be talking about a really disturbing lawsuit involving a small school district in Washington and the allegations center on a locker room culture that families say was allowed to go unchecked for way too long. And my question for you, and we had this in our morning meeting, and we want to take some of our morning meeting to all of you listening right now. Like, how does this happen today? How does this still happen? Who is responsible for stepping in, and what has to change right now? Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line is 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
Let's go. Top stories of the day brought to you by Pendergast Law.
It is another World Cup match day in Seattle, and this one has been circled for months for a bunch of different reasons. Egypt and Iran play today at Seattle Stadium, otherwise known as Lumen Field. On the same day, Seattle's host committee has been planning what it calls a Pride Match Day. Seattle Pride Executive Director Patty Hearn says recognizing the LGBTQ plus community is important.
Pride celebrations exist because it's important to see representation, and visibility matters. And I think for any person who feels alone, knowing that there is a vibrant, healthy community of queer and trans people out there living wonderful lives is affirming, and it can be life-saving.
But hosting these two particular teams for a Pride Match Day has turned into a global culture clash. The Iran Football Federation says it has asked FIFA to prevent any ceremonies or promotional activities supporting the LGBTQ community inside the stadium. And Egypt has also objected to Pride-related activities around the match. FIFA, for its part, is trying to split the difference. They're saying this is not officially a Pride match, but also saying that rainbow flags and other symbols representing sexual orientation and gender identity are allowed inside World Cup stadiums as long as fans follow the code of conduct. Hedda McClendon is the senior vice president for Seattle's FIFA organizing committee.
We were talking not only about our great soccer culture, which everybody got a preview of with the U.S.-Australia game, but also that one of the things that makes us unique is our culture of inclusion.
So what is match time today, G?
8 p.m. tonight. And I want you and everyone to know what I am looking forward to. I am looking forward to, you guys, you know how I'm weird about time. I'm looking forward to 11:30 p.m. tonight.
Okay.
That is when I guesstimate when I will be laying in my bed for the first time. And what that means is at 11:30 p.m., all went well. Because that's the goal.
Well, and that's what we all want.
Right.
Yes.
There's a great match coming up. There's Team Egypt versus the Islamic Republic of Iran. That's going to be happening. So that's going to happen right there. Winner gets to move on, gets to advance. So these two teams will be happening. I will be there. Center state. Well, I will be there in the fan deck area. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Watching, participating, looking forward to everybody. Every single match has been amazement with energy, even though the energy or the fan base has been different, if you will, for each one.
Yes.
But they've all been amazing. I am, Ursula, looking forward to tonight being no different.
Yes.
And what did Marshawn Lynch get? What was he famously known for? What did he used to say? I'm just here to what?
Yeah.
So I don't get fined.
Yeah, exactly. I'm here to not get fined. And I was going to say, he also said, count your chickens or take care of the chickens or something to that, to that effect, right? Yeah. Okay, yeah. So I was just going to bring up a couple of things because, for these two teams, it's been kind of complicated. At Egypt's practice yesterday, players were blocked from answering questions about pride. Iran's press conference also began with a FIFA official saying the team would only answer questions about soccer, tactics, and the match. In other words, everyone is trying to make this very much about the soccer part. Let's not get into the other stuff. Egypt has had a weird travel week. Remember, after beating New Zealand in Vancouver, the team wanted to fly straight to Seattle and stay here ahead of this match. But local security officials denied that request, and we don't exactly know why. But Egypt had to return to its training base in Spokane because they are practicing in Gonzaga. And then Iran has had even more complicated travel restrictions. Its base camp was moved from Arizona to Tijuana, Mexico. Mm-hmm. And for its first two matches, the team was only allowed to come into the U.S. shortly before the games and then to leave right afterward. So the restrictions were eased just a little bit in Seattle, but the team was allowed to come in 2 days before the match, but they're going to still have to leave the day the match ends. I mean, I'll say the quiet part out loud. I mean, there's a lot of tension surrounding this, and I reiterate what you've said, which is I hope it all is just focused on the game and all goes well. For sure.
Thank you, Ursula.
Yes. Okay, Seattle is increasing how much help small businesses can get after vandalism and break-ins. Now, you might remember that this was started right around the pandemic or toward the end of it. The city's Back to Business program has already paid out more than $1 million over the past year to help businesses fix smashed up windows, damaged doors, and storefronts. And now the city is actually raising the cap, so businesses will be able to get up to $5,000 per incident for storefront repairs, and that cap used to be $3,000. And for security upgrades like gates or putting up shatterproof windows, the cap is going from $6,000 to $10,000, which of course is good news for business owners who are just tired of eating these costs themselves. But I can't help but ask the bigger question, which is if the city of Seattle has to keep reimbursing these businesses after they get hit, are we actually solving the problem?
Well, I want to see where we are with this. I want to see, does anybody disagree with the city giving business owners money for a busted window? I agree. I want to say that. Ursula, you agree?
Yeah, with a caveat. I would rather the city invest more on preventing these things from happening in the first place.
Okay.
So that's my point, right, which is we could be in this endless cycle. And I think that it really made sense to do this when the city's police department was depleted.
Right.
And it's starting to get back closer to normal. It's not there yet, but it's starting to get closer to normal numbers. But I would rather spend the time and energy prosecuting the people who are committing these crimes so that it's not just it's like you're putting a Band-Aid on the problem, I guess. Yeah. But
by the way, hold that thought because I'm going to use that Band-Aid for a little bit later on this topic.
Exactly, on Aurora.
Now, so let me just say this. I want to say again, I agree with this. You give the business help for this situation, they get back on their feet. They have a busted window. Hey, here's $2,000 to $5,000. No questions asked. Now, let me turn it around because I want to know if you guys are going to change your opinion on this when I say this. So, Billy has to go to work. Billy comes outside and his car is stolen. And Billy has a $5,000 car that he paid for. Billy's car is stolen, right? Are you guys okay with the city handing Billy some money to get him back on his feet? Or Lois lives in a house, and Lois's furnace went out. The furnace went out, and now she needs help on her feet. Are you guys okay with Lois getting help with that furnace? You see, what I'm saying is I'm okay with the broken window for the business owner, as long as in return, you're okay with the broken window for the person. We have to do it always. So when people talk about prevention, a great prevention tool, especially the homelessness, is to help the person out before, because there's a medical bill, there's a car stolen, there's all those things. So I love this. I hope we are starting to say, hey, maybe we should extend this to people.
And I'm saying that while I understand and I'm sympathetic to businesses that get repeatedly hit, I will again say that this is going to be an endless payout unless you address the bigger problem. And the idea that the city is admitting in doing this, and this is happening in unincorporated King County. This is happening, something similar is happening in Burien. Downtown Everett has a little something. So I was looking at what other cities are doing this. But the city of Seattle, when it started this program, was admitting we can't keep up with what's going on with property crimes and vandalism. So we're going to try to help you out so you can stay in business. And I understand that, but when does it stop? Because the businesses that are getting this money are saying right now, it's not enough to, thanks, but it's still not enough to cover my expenses when someone vandalizes my building. So when does it end is what my point.
I don't know. There hasn't been any solving of crime. Crime has always been continued. I've given ideas for decreasing crime, but I'll wait and give that idea because you got to go to Aurora.
Yes, right now.
I want to talk about that.
Yes, right now. Because the city of Seattle is now putting up more concrete barriers along Aurora Avenue after another shooting in that crime-ridden corridor. And I think it was going to happen even before this latest shooting, but the city says the goal is to disrupt illegal activity and keep gun violence from spilling into the neighborhood. Now, there was a 15-year-old boy who was shot in the chest on Tuesday night while driving near Aurora around 93rd, and police believe one of his passengers accidentally fired that gun and then ran off. But as we have been talking about, neighbors have been begging the city to act for months. And the mayor finally took action after some residents put up their own planners to block streets after bullets hit homes, including one round that went through an infant's bedroom wall. And now Mayor Katie Wilson says she is directing police to intensify their efforts around illegal guns and sex trafficking in that area, while the city looks at whether some of these street closures should become a longer-term strategy. Okay, G, I set you up.
You set me up. This is great. I think this is great. This shows everybody that they are doing something about Aurora. They're doing something. So everybody that way, when people get on there and they talk about the pimp wars and everything like that, they can get on there and they'll say, man, that planner, stop those pimps, right? That's what you guys wanted me to say. Like they stop the pimp.
We don't want you to.
The pimps came to the neighborhood and they say, look here, dog, there's planners in the way and there's roadblocks. So listen, all at once, stop pimping. Man, why'd you stop pimping? They put planners in the way.
I had to weave my vehicle.
I had my Cadillac sitting on rims, right? And I stopped pimping because of the planners. All right, now let me get serious for a second because, look, it's a Band-Aid on
yes.
That's happening. But, I remember we had the good sheriff on our show, former Sheriff John Urquhart. And he said something, and he said, sometimes you got to stir the pot, he said. And so when you do all these things, and so you don't stop what's happening. All you do is move it.
Yeah.
So.
And I, by the way, you and I think we were just like listening to John, and I later told him, I was like, yeah, we disagreed. And afterward we said, yeah, we kind of disagree with that.
By the way,
just move them out.
And John's my dog. I love Uncle John. I love John. I love John. But, Ursula, we've been doing this a lot, and we talk about these things, and people are always wanting to solve this disease that we have. And the disease is, right, like, yes, people are like, oh, it's the crime, it's the shooting, it's all the pimping, all this stuff. That's the symptom. Mm-hmm. Let me tell you what the disease is. The disease is there is someone that says, hey, man, or girl, I ain't got enough money. I need to find and make a way. That's the disease. So what they do is they get out here and they do illegal activity. I'm not justifying it. I'm just trying to show just the mentality of just the actual disease. If we can figure out how to take that person that's want to go out here and do any and everything for some money, if we can figure out how to meet that person, whether it's a way for them about it, I know I'm get upset with people, upset with me, either ways to make money, ways to make money legally, things of that nature, or if in the past they've had a criminal record, they are able to still continue with their employment instead of being denied employment because of past responsibilities. And then when they keep getting denied, some people say, forget it. I'm going to get out here and try to do what I got to do. I'm not saying it's going to solve everything. All I'm saying is it potentially might have a decrease in the problems that we are having all over.
Yeah. And I hear what you're saying, and I understand the premise of all of it. But wouldn't there always be some segment of society that says, okay, now you're giving me more money, but I want even more money. And I don't want to have to work hard for that money, so I'm going to do it in this way.
Is that what people see out of me? I just want to say, because I'm gonna use myself for an example, because I am someone that got help from someone. Right? I got help.
Yeah.
And when I got help and I got means to make money, and when I started making money, did I start to get lazy? So,
no,
what I'm saying is some people will have this. There's a narrative out there. There's a narrative that some people believe that when someone gets money, that all of a sudden they become lazy.
Yeah, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying there's always going to be a segment of the population that's not enough, and I want to be able to do what I'm doing, which is illegal, but it's bringing me even more money than any government could ever give me, is what I'm saying. But I understand what you're saying.
I have known people that got out of the game because they got a full-time job, and they said, I'm done with that life. And that happens.
Yes, and we should focus on that too.
Sure.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. But I also want to point out that Seattle has already, so this is a stopgap measure. This is just dealing with a symptom to quiet people down because they've been outraged and it came to a head, right? And so the mayor had to do something. But I just want to remind everybody that, first of all, this little stretch of Aurora between 85th and 115th has seen 18 shootings this year alone, which is about 8% of Seattle's shootings. And 2 of the 8 fatal ones this year happened in that little tiny area. So this is a problem. And I want to remind everybody that Seattle has already approved SOAP zones. So I'm going to say use them, prosecute the offenders, help victims with a real off-ramp, whether it's treatment, safety, and support. Otherwise, I think concrete barriers, we're just moving the problem, as you said, Gee, from one block to the next. But I hear literally one block to the next.
I don't know. We're going to try to fit in one more topic, or because we only got 1 minute.
No.
I want, sometimes you and I, we get real at the end of a topic, and I want to get real with you about something. One of the biggest problems that we have is the people that talk about this for a living, the people that are politicians, elected officials. Here's the problem. A lot of them don't care. Because a lot of them have never had to care. Their families, their loved ones have never lived in these situations. So what they do is they will talk about these topics for the money, or they will talk about these topics for the votes. So a lot of these folks that you guys are seeing, whether it's liberal policies or conservative policies, let me just be real crystal clear. They don't give a damn about if it gets fixed. All they care about is as long as we put the planners there, that way people will calm down and be quiet about the topic. It's like the unhoused situation. A lot of these people don't give a damn if they find housing. They just don't want to see it. And if they don't see it, if they can get people to shut up about it, that's all that matters. And then we keep kicking the can down the road. So our problem is not enough people care. Because they ain't never had to care.
Yeah,
They've been to private schools. Life's been good. They don't live in these neighborhoods, but they clutch their damn pearls. Oh, my gosh, I can't believe this is happening. Hey, do you live over there? No, but I can't believe it's happening.
Yes. But we have heard loud and clear from the people who do live there. And we will at least try to make our show
we always do
a good platform to hear from people who care.
Coming up next, we got a real topic to talk about.
Yeah,
Seriously, go refill your topics. We're going over to Meade School District, and we're going to tell you about a football camp hazing incident next. Gee Ursula.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
One of my favorite things about living in Washington is getting out and seeing this beautiful state. I love a great road trip, as you all know, and driving through small towns, stopping where I've never stopped before, and getting a better sense of the places where you, our listeners, call home. And every year, Lake Chelan is on my list, and that is one reason Carter Subaru has always made sense for our family. We have purchased both of our Subarus from Carter Subaru, and when you find a place that you trust with a decision that big, you remember it and you keep going back. Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer. They have locations in Ballard and Shoreline. They also have the largest Subaru selection in Washington with more than 800 in stock. And right now, Carter Subaru has 2026 Outbacks available with just 0.9% APR financing. Before your next weekend getaway, summer road trip, or annual Lake Chelan run, start at Carter Subaru. Again, they're in Ballard, Shoreline, or online at cartersubaru.com.
On approved credit, subject to vehicle insurance and availability. A documentary service fee may be added to the sale price or capitalized cost. See dealer for details. Valid through 6/30/26.
John Curley here. When the AC starts acting up, don't assume you need a whole new system. Home Comfort Alliance, their approach is simple. Repair first, replace only if needed. Their techs diagnose the real problem because a simple fix can often get the cooling back up again and not cost you a full replacement. Need something new? Ask about a heat pump for year-round comfort. That's what we did at the barn. Get real pricing in 60 seconds at homecomfortalliance.com. Call the comfort people. homecomfortalliance.com.
Hey, Green Gobbler here. So you've got a clogged drain in your bathroom. Water in the sink's overstaying its welcome. You're spitting today's toothpaste on top of yesterday's toothpaste. You hope that it go away. Yeah, clogs don't just go away. I make them go away. I'm Green Gobbler, the only clog dissolver you need. I'm bleach-free, safe for your pipes, and I work. Guaranteed or your money back. Because I never met a clog that was gonna unclog itself. Green Gobbler. Let the gobbler get it.
You bought an RV, and you got an automatic discount from Progressive by bundling it with your home or auto insurance. That's great, but a serious word of warning every RVer should heed. You don't need to talk about things like dry weight or dump stations. And you don't need one of those expensive water filter straws either. Because the most extreme thing most RVers encounter is a campsite without hookups. So just enjoy yourself. And Progressive's automatic discount when you bundle your RV, boat, or motorcycle with your home or auto insurance. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states or situations.
Hey, John, why don't you tell everybody why you started going to Longevity Medical Clinic?
No, I don't want to do that. I can tell you, I started going to Longevity Medical Clinic before I started doing these commercials, but that why I went is not important.
Oh, it absolutely is.
Okay. I'll tell you. I was a Sammamish City Council member, and whenever they had asked me to do the Pledge of Allegiance, I couldn't make it through the whole thing without crying. I know, it's so dumb. I mean, I know I'm patriotic, but what the heck? So I go into Longevity Medical Clinic, and I explained this to them, that there's something wrong with my hormones or something, and they see the testosterone and the estrogen are all out of balance. We balance all that stuff. And I can do the Pledge of Allegiance without crying, but I've also noticed that I deal with stress a lot better, don't I?
Yes, you're a lot easier to live with
because
you're getting more sleep, you have more energy, you're better organized, and I'm not helping you look for your car keys every morning.
Right, because now I've taken the steps to take care of my mind and body. I strongly recommend anybody get the free health analysis at lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate, and there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466, 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Please be advised. You may want to stop eating the following foods immediately: broccoli, kale, bean sprouts, blueberries, quinoa, spinach.
Wait, what? I thought those were good for me.
Turns out, not for everyone. Because what's healthy for one person can cause inflammation for another. And the only way to really know what your body needs is to listen to it.
Listen how?
That's where Viome comes in. Viome is a simple at-home gut health test that looks at your body's real-time biology using RNA to understand what's happening inside you right now. When your results come in, you'll learn exactly which foods to eat, which to avoid, and which supplements are right for you, all based on the world's largest RNA-based human biology database and thousands of clinical research studies. And many people who use Viome report more energy, better digestion, and a better mood within months. So stop guessing. Start knowing. Learn more at Viome.com/gut. V as in Victor, IOME.com/GUT. And use coupon code GUTHEALTH50 to save $50 off your purchase. Viome. Trust your gut.
Ready to get rid of that old car? Donate it today at carsforkids.org. Your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Call 1-877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today. That's Cars with a K.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. Former Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton pleaded guilty today to a single count of illegal retention of national security information. He faces up to 5 years in prison and has agreed to pay a fine of more than $2 million. Bolton was charged after allegedly sharing notes taken from his time serving in the first Trump administration with his wife and daughter. ABC News Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas was in the courtroom.
Well, it was a somber and very serious moment for the former National Security Advisor, in which he had to admit and did admit that he illegally retained classified information of a national defense nature. The information that he retained was hacked by a cyber actor that the government believes is tied to Iran.
Here in Washington, a third person has died from last week's high-speed crash along Military Road in Spanaway. KIRO 7 TV's Jake Chapman reports.
Tire marks and shattered bark.
And then I looked and I saw smoke.
Are reminders of a horrific crash.
This was one of the most horrific accidents we've seen in a while in Pierce County.
2 people killed on impact. A third dying days later in the hospital.
The car wasn't a car anymore. It was just parts.
Jamila Coleman lives on Military Road East across the street from the crash site. Her Tesla captured the moments of the car going more than 100 miles an hour before the crash.
Neighbors now are advocating for speed bumps and roundabouts to enhance safety. The body of a 24-year-old man who went missing while paddleboarding on Alder Lake in Pierce County has now been found. The Pierce County Sheriff's Office says he fell off his board around 4 o'clock Wednesday afternoon and never resurfaced. He was not wearing a life jacket. Search efforts resumed yesterday morning before crews located the victim. The Camden High School student will sit in confinement until he's about 21 years old for his plan for a school shooting last September. KIRO 7 TV's Eric Thomas has details.
Benton County prosecutors say a Superior Court judge gave Mason Ashby the maximum possible sentence in juvenile court, with the FBI saying he posted his plan to shoot up the school on TikTok, but 2 young men in Florida alerted them to that plan.
Nearly 300 workers have been laid off at Bellevue-based video game studio Bungie, according to the Seattle Times. That studio created Halo and Destiny franchises. The cuts come after the final update to Destiny 2, which the company says fell short of expectations. Now to your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. Federal Way to Seattle still completely clear. It's a 35-minute drive on the Valley Freeway. There is a little slowing as you get onto the Pacific, but not much to report in Renton. Still 40 minutes up to Renton. It'll take you about 32 minutes to get to Bellevue. Lake bridges are still clear. It's a calm drive from the north end. Now to your KIRO News Radio traffic or weather, perhaps. It's going to be a mix of sunshine and clouds today. Highs will only be in the mid-60s. Right now, it's about 57 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. We're going to get into a very disturbing story here, so just be warned in case you have any young ears in your car or around you where you're listening. This is a story out of Spokane County. A jury has now ordered the Meade School District to pay $17 million to the families of 2 former student athletes who were hazed and assaulted at a district-sponsored football camp in 2023. And let's be clear, this is not boys being boys, not roughhousing, not locker room stuff. According to court documents, players had a repeated sexualized assault ritual at Meade football camp called The Sacrifice. And the complaint says older players would pin younger players down, force their legs apart, and use a battery-powered massage gun on private areas while other players recorded it. One incident described in this lawsuit dates back to 2022 involving a mixed-race black player who was allegedly targeted with racial slurs, dragged from his dorm room, carried past an adult supervisor, pinned down by teammates, assaulted, and again, recorded. And apparently, according to this complaint, it happened again in 2023. One black student allegedly warned a coach that older players were going to attack him. The complaint says staff did not stop it. The student was later pinned down, assaulted in the same manner, recorded, and then mocked with racist language afterward. The other student in this lawsuit was white. The complaint says he was targeted because he tried to protect his black teammates, and he warned them, refused to tell older players where they were hiding, and was then tackled, pinned down, and assaulted while others cheered and filmed. The families argue that the district failed to protect these students, failed to respond properly, and failed to treat the racial and sexual harassment as seriously as it should have. So the jury awarded $8 million to one victim, $7 million to the other, and $500,000 to each of the 4 parents.
Ursula, you have you always are around swimming pools. You love being in the
I was
water.
on swim team.
You were on
all
swim
growing
team.
up.
Did you ever were you ever a lifeguard?
No.
Okay. What is the role of a lifeguard? The lifeguard is there to protect and to watch folks in the pool.
And enforce rules.
If something were to happen and it appears that someone, adult, child, whoever, it appears that they are having a rough time or that they are drowning, they jump in the water and save that person. That is the job of a lifeguard. The job of a lifeguard isn't to sit there and assess and say, well, I see they're drowning, but I don't know who their parents are. I don't know if they come from good, financial means. What is this going to mean to the pool? Let me make a phone call real quick. The reason why I'm bringing it up like this, because in this, Ursula, it took the district 8 months to report these assaults that happened at this camp. The coaches and administrators knew about this within weeks, but the victims' parents weren't told about this until February of the next year. This is why this topic bothers me, because there is no lawsuit if they do what they're supposed to do. Just do what you're supposed to do. Because
and there's no kids who are harmed forever.
Right. Like if a harm happens and it's reported, boom, do something about it. But this is gross. I went to military school, as you guys know, boarding school. Some of you all maybe have gone to boarding school, Ursula. And you had asked me this morning, why does this happen?
These hazing incidents, whether you hear about it from fraternities or, like you were saying, military school, or the whole idea of locker room culture. What is it that prompts these kids to think of something so? I mean, it's truly diabolical. I mean, it's horrific. What they're. I mean, and then to record it, and then think that this is part of. Like somehow this is okay somewhere. Like where do they get that?
Power and the love of humiliation of others. And the reason why sometimes people get away with it is because sometimes that power is translated from, well, this is who my parents are. This is what family I come from. And sometimes, and I don't know if you guys know this or not, money makes problems and or things get covered up. We've seen that, right, everyone? We've seen where money and power can make things go away. So if it happens in the big national level, world level, it is definitely happening at these schools. So people are compromised. And when they're compromised, they try to say, oh, well, that parent right there, they donate every year and they do this. So when I was in school, some of the problem kids were, and I'm like, this is no indictment. I'm not trying to knock people that have money. Sometimes problem kids were kids that came from poor families too. That happened. But the ones that kind of repeated over and over again, those, Ursula, were the ones that came from the family that are well-to-do, and they got to pay their way out of these. I mean, I had one.
Other than lawsuits, though, I mean, what conversations should we be having with our, and I'm going to say teenage boys in particular, because this seems to, whether it's teenage boys, young men, with the fraternity thing, but there's just this idea of this kind of locker room mentality, or I want to say like gang mentality, where they all just heap on somebody, like you said, for power, humiliation, these hazing rituals. Like, what conversation should we be having as adults to our children? Like, this is not okay.
No, the conversation should be with other adults.
Well, and adults too, who turn a blind eye. Like, how the heck does this happen?
I see it every day, Ursula. I see adults turning blind eyes all the time based on how it impacts them. And so what happens is we have one social contract as adults. It's to protect children. How have we done doing that in this society? We have done a terrible job.
And why aren't there criminal charges? Because like administrators got Snapchat videos. They decided instead of reporting it, they were worried about college recruiting, how this would impact the students who assaulted others' college recruiting efforts. Ursula, it's not all the people, right? Gee, to your point, it's the most powerful and popular kids in that locker room who everyone else on the team is in fear of.
Did they actually explicitly say? I didn't hear that part. I know that you went through some of the court documents.
Parents sent Snapchat videos to the athletic director. Nothing was done. 2022 incident. Nothing was done. Administrators admitted
person
deleting.
Have a job still?
No, they're not with the district, but they should be facing criminal charges, right?
Yeah, absolutely. That is being an accessory.
Wow. We got $17 million payouts. Coming up next on the show is Flex Fridays. We'll talk about that, and we'll have some other topics next. Gee Ursula.
KIRO Newsradio.
Get on the YouTube channel.
We're live all day on YouTube. Every show, every day.
Hang out with us. The whole gang's there.
And you never know what you might see.
Back up the camera. Oh, my God.
Just search KIRO Newsradio, then subscribe.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Men's Health in Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. No guessing, just answers. Over 100,000 men have trusted Revive to get real results. More energy, better sleep, improved mood, and confidence that shows. If something feels off, don't wait. Take control and protect your long-term health by knowing your numbers. This offer ends June 30th. Schedule your free comprehensive wellness panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Feel better. Live stronger. Start now.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Let's talk about summertime. Bikinis, the occasional Speedo, sunshine, and almost always more drinking. But don't let the wine coolers or hard lemonades fool you. Too many drinks at the beach can get you in a whole lot of trouble. You're sporting a farmer's tan, but the police are wearing heavy, dark uniforms. And it's not because they're comfortable. If you don't take preventative measures, your summer tan can become a costly burn. Take a designated driver with that aloe vera and SPF 50. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com to set up a free private consultation. Jail is no place to ask, missed a spot? Mind getting where I can't reach? Be reasonable this summer. And always remember, 1-800-DUI-AWAY has your back.
1-800-DUI-AWAY!
So, how's your research going?
Surprising. After I figured out the top-rated TVs in our price range, I went shopping for deals.
And who's the best?
It wasn't the internet, and it wasn't the warehouse club.
But?
It was video only. They had better deals on the Samsung, LG, and the Sony TVs that got the highest scores.
Better than online and at the club?
I know! Video only beat them all. And now we can afford an even better model for the same price. My research really paid off.
If we buy it video only.
Exactly. Otherwise, we'll be sorry.
At Video Only, you won't find huge stores with refrigerators or microwaves, but you will find the best deals on top-rated TVs, soundbars, and monitors. Shop around. Just make sure you visit Video Only, because if you don't,
you'll be sorry.
In South Center, Bellevue, Linwood, Federal Way, and Tacoma, Video Only.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Meet Lee Platts, a renter whose possessions fill not only her apartment, but also the darkest corners of a mini storage unit. A land of both truth and fiction. Truth, everything inside is protected by Progressive. Fiction, one day Lee will fit into her clothes from senior year of high school. Renters, discover coverage for what you love and what you can't get rid of in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm, and Chuck McDowell definitely not an attorney. This is Chuck. If someone talked you into buying something really silly and you want to get out of that silly little thing, my advice, get the facts. Call me and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit absolutely free. Inside, you'll learn how timeshare works and all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your free exit info kit. 800-572-3344. That's 800-572-3344.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is the Gee and Ursula Show. I just found out my main man, Luke Ducey, KIRO Newsradio's own news reporter. He is out and about, I would assume, close to Seattle Stadium. And is he joining us next to talk on the phone about what's going on? Upcoming match, as you all know, is tonight, 8 p.m., Egypt versus Iran. So Luke Ducey will join us next at 10 o'clock. But right now, let's get to it. I was excited. I woke up this morning and I said to myself, Self,
loving you is the most important thing in the world.
It is Flex Fridays here on the Gee and Ursula Show. I got to tell you, Ursula, on it was Tuesday. I had to travel back because I had to go auctioneer out towards in Suncadia, and I traveled back Tuesday, and then I had to go right to the stadium for rehearsals, and then I had to do rehearsals, and then the next day on Wednesday was the soccer match.
Mm-hmm.
That was probably, I'm gonna let you know, I was so exhausted.
Mm-hmm.
I was so tired, and it was all because I didn't get that workout in on Wednesday morning.
Wow.
And that hurt, and so I didn't finally get back myself this week until I was able to see you guys yesterday. I got a workout in yesterday, came to work, and I've still been flying high. So Flex Fridays, I need to work out.
Yes.
If I don't, I'm in trouble.
And I'm going to admit that this has been a rougher week for me. Y'all hear my congestion and all that kind of stuff. So I have used that as an excuse to not make it to the gym. But I'm going to talk about some of the positive things that are happening.
Okay.
One is I gave myself, I used to say I'm going to do 10,000 minimum steps each day. That's a sign for me. I know that the recommendation has been lowered, and I'm going with every day I can hit 7,500 steps in a day. I call it a good day. And I just put the Steps app on my phone. And so I have been hitting that quite a bit. And on Wednesday, I shared the pictures of me walking around downtown, between downtown and and Pioneer Square for all the World Cup festivities. I didn't go into the game, but I just one of the little victories because of what we have been doing is I have been able to wear, for example, shorts that I used to not be able to wear.
Okay.
And I've also been able to, yesterday I wore a dress that I hadn't worn in probably 2 years, and I wore it yesterday, and it's a size down from what I've been. And so I'm calling that a victory.
Yeah, that is a good victory.
I'm mad at myself that I haven't been into the gym per se.
Yeah.
But, I'm just going to look at other ways that I'm getting healthier.
Last Saturday, Ursula, so since we're talking about sometimes you got to celebrate your wins.
Yes.
So last Saturday, I told Lily, I was like, you know what? I keep hearing about these chicken wings place. They got real good chicken down in Tacoma. And I'm like, let's go get some chicken. And she's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. So Ursula, this place is a food truck. It doesn't open until 8 p.m. at night. It's from 8 to 1 a.m.
And where is it located?
In Tacoma. Tacoma. It's right there on 63rd and Park.
Okay.
Let me go ahead and tell y'all something. It might be the best chicken down south. It's
Are you serious?
Oh, it is unbelievable.
But see, because you work out all the time, you're not guilty of eating the chicken wings.
No, it was called It's called Hungry AF. No, I'm being serious. No, I mean, it's a food truck. It's
What's
called
the Air Force have to do with it?
It's called, yeah, there you go. Yeah, it's called Hungry AF. And Ursula, when I'm telling you, they had this. They had the lemon pepper wings with the lemon pepper ranch powder on top of it, double fried. Oh, if you don't like fried food, then don't go there. The fries were
nice.
Anyway.
Okay.
Sometimes I wanted to share with y'all, like, sometimes you got to celebrate.
You allow
Your
yourself.
mouth is like literally salivating right now.
Yeah. But you know a chicken spot going to be good. Wait. They don't open until 8 p.m.?
Yeah, what's up with that, though?
8 p.m.
You're not supposed to be eating that late at night.
They know what they're about. They know what they're about.
You know why you're here.
Yeah. Can I give an update? Because I don't normally do updates.
Yes.
Last night, Gabby, she says, hey, I know we don't normally do this, but after the kids are in bed, I just wanted to see if Just 10 minutes. Just 10 minutes. If you'll take a nice, she used this term, nice brisk walk with me. So we'll go down the hill. I'll set my timer for 5 minutes. And as soon as we hit 5 minutes, we'll turn around. And I'm like, sure. Because I don't know if anyone else has dealt with this, but I hear a lot about the little routines that she's building.
Yes.
With my workout in the morning and the strategies. And she says, the little hints of, hey, would you ever want to exercise together? You ever want to work out?
If she calls it exercise or work out, it's, for some people, an automatic zip, nope.
Yeah.
But if she says, hey, why don't we go? I'd love to spend a little more time
I
with
knew
you.
what brisk meant. I knew what brisk meant. It meant, we
So what did you
need
say?
to burn some I said, yeah, of
Okay,
course.
perfect. And how was it?
I mean, like Angela, I went to the doctor this week. I hit records, baby. So, I'm like...
Angela, when you were gone, Angela Pro Russell said that she's in weight territory she's never seen, because we were talking... But in her defense,
right.
she's also had a lot going on.
Yeah.
And so sometimes that happens. But the beautiful thing is it's not permanent, and every day is a new day.
I want to ask, since this is a trust tree on the Gee Ursula Show, is there anyone listening right now that has asked ChatGPT how to talk to your partner about working out?
Oh my God, I know there is.
Oh, I'm sure.
I just want to know if you're like, hey, how can I have? So do I use brisk walk?
Delicately.
See, but I think she's doing it right.
I think so too.
Yeah, just make it sound fun. More quality time for us.
Don't give workout videos.
Yeah. She even said, exactly. She even said 5 minutes. 5 minutes, we'll turn around.
Keep it painless for now.
Hey, coming up next here on the show, Luke Ducey, KIRO Newsradio reporter. He joins us live downtown Seattle. Gee Ursula.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, accurate auto body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, accurate auto body.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
$83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise. There's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Puyallup Tribe's Firecracker Alley is now open. 3509 72nd Street East in Tacoma. Stock up now for the 4th at Puyallup Tribe's Firecracker Alley. Open now through July 4th. With over 100 fireworks stands and a variety of food and beverage options, you're sure to get your 4th of July off to a great start at Firecracker Alley. Don't miss the free fireworks show on June 30th. Learn more at puyalluptribe-nsn.gov. That's puyalluptribe-nsn.gov.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, We're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Veterans and active duty service members, when your call to service ends, your mission doesn't have to. Go from GI to IT in just a few months at My Computer Career. Prepare for a high-demand career in cybersecurity, protecting people, systems, and institutions from real cyber threats. Cyber warriors are needed now. Will you answer the call? Go to mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to learn more. That's mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner. VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
ABC News, I'm Mike Dubusky. John Bolton, the former national security advisor for the first Trump administration, pleading guilty this morning to one count of illegally retaining sensitive national security information. ABC News Chief Justice correspondent Pierre Thomas was in the courtroom.
Well, it was a somber and very serious moment for the former national security advisor, in which he had to admit and did admit that he illegally retained classified information of a national defense nature. The information that he retained was hacked by a cyber actor that the government believes is tied to Iran.
Prosecutors say Bolton could face up to 5 years in prison and has agreed to pay a fine of more than $2 million. President Trump is calling yesterday's strikes on a ship in the Strait of Hormuz a foolish violation of the ceasefire agreement the U.S. has with Iran, and 25,000 people are still missing in Venezuela after this week's massive earthquakes. This is ABC News. In a break with tradition, Britain's King Charles will no longer make Buckingham Palace his London home, instead opting to remain at Clarence House just up the street. In another first, the King releasing his personal taxes, revealing he paid $17 million to the government last year, putting him in the top 100 taxpayers in the UK. Just got a lot more expensive to buy Apple's new iPad and MacBook. Details from ABC's Elizabeth Schulze.
So a new iPad Air will now cost you an added $150. It's $749. A MacBook Neo, which is that lower cost computer that Apple introduced just a few months ago, will now be $700 instead of $600. MacBook Air and Pro prices also going up, with the Pro now starting at $2,000. Apple is blaming this on a global shortage of computer chips because of AI.
And in Texas, a giraffe that escaped from a breeding ranch near San Antonio has been found safe, authorities say. Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
A dramatic rescue from a car plunging down a 250-foot cliff. But first, let's get a check on the roads with KIRO Newsradio real-time traffic. This traffic report is brought to you by Seattle Sports. I'm seeing typical slowdowns on the east side. I-45 from Alderwood to South Center is running about 39 minutes. That's roughly 8 minutes slower than normal. If you're heading from the north to Seattle, I-5 from Alderwood to South Center is holding steady at about 26 minutes. That's right on target for average right now. Across the Lake Bellevue to Federal Way is also delayed about 31 minutes. Elsewhere on the east side, things look smooth. Bellevue to Redmond and Issaquah both coming in at around 7 to 9 minutes with no major delays. You can always listen to your favorite local sports content on the FM dial 97.3 HD2.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. 2 men trapped for nearly 11 hours after their vehicle plunged 250 feet down a cliff were rescued, thanks to an iPhone crash alert. The Pierce County Sheriff's Office says the crash happened late last night near T-Rex Falls, just a few miles from Wilkeson. One man was pinned underneath the vehicle. As rescuers arrived, they found 2 people who said their vehicle had rolled off a mountain road, leaving the driver and a passenger trapped. Both men were airlifted to local hospitals in critical condition. Today's World Cup match in Seattle is making history beyond soccer. Iran takes the field at Seattle Stadium despite the recent military conflict with the U.S. Leila LaFerrand spoke with Seattle's Morning News yesterday, and she thinks there's still time to end the current regime in Iran.
I'm still hopeful because this deal they're doing is not a done deal yet. And the people of Iran, they need freedom and they need help from outside. They're not armed. They have no voice.
For the match itself, both Iran and Egypt need to win this game to ensure they move to the next round. Kickoff is at 8 tonight. Hundreds of pounds of fireworks caused a major explosion on Whidbey Island. Ring camera video captured the blast. 5 people, including 3 firefighters, were injured. Everyone injured in Wednesday's blast is recovering now, though one firefighter is having surgery on his hand. The explosion also destroyed 2 homes and damaged a third. The ATF is investigating. A humpback whale, once feared dead after being struck by a Washington state ferry, is alive and back in the Salish Sea. KIRO 7 TV's Lindsay Shelton has details.
7 months ago, the humpback calf, her name's Skipper, was with her mom when a fast ferry collided with her near Vancouver, BC. Her injuries were so severe, Skipper wasn't expected to ever be seen alive again. But this week, she suddenly appeared near Whidbey Island, and the gash on her back appeared to be healing. The Pacific Whale Watch Association reminds everyone, if you're on a boat, the motto is, you see a whale blow, better go slow.
For your KIRO News Radio weather, a mix of clouds and sunshine today. Highs will just be in the mid-60s. Right now, it's about 58 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Flex Fridays, Fresh Fridays, and whatever Friday you want. Ursula, when I walked out this morning, I told Chef this morning, by the way, I think I'm getting old.
Why?
Here's how I know.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Right. I'm getting old because when the rain was here, I came out and I said, oh, yeah. This is great. This is great for my lawn. This is great to prevent wildfires and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
This rain is needed.
Yeah.
So that's just I just felt old saying that. Like, you just appreciate the rain. Are you with me on this?
Then I'm ancient, because the first thing I said when I joined us on the morning meeting today was, I gotta say, as much as I love the sun.
Yeah.
Having rain right now with 4th of July around the corner,
right?
I'm feeling good about it.
You know what I'm saying? 4th of July coming up.
It might save a few people's fingers.
Are we going to be talking about fireworks today?
Yeah.
Because I got a sweeping statement.
Yes.
Okay.
We are going to talk about it a little bit, because fireworks were related to a major explosion on Whidbey Island. So we will be chatting about that here in a second.
Yeah.
Just a reminder, Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line is 888-973-5476, 888-973 KIRO.
What's new at 10?
And tonight, as we've been telling you, Seattle is moving forward with Pride Match Day celebrations, even though there have been some strong objections from both Iran and Egypt, the two teams playing tonight at Seattle Stadium. It is important to note that local organizers selected today's game as the official Pride Match Day before the teams were chosen. And KIRO News Radio's Luke Ducey is out and about, as he has been throughout these World Cup matches, and he joins us live. Luke, what you seeing?
Hey, good morning, everyone. I'm in front of the Fairmount Olympic Hotel here on 5th and University, right in the smack in the middle of downtown Seattle. Why? Because this is believed to be where the Iranian national team is staying. Granted permission just days ago to come to Seattle early before this game, where in the past, this whole World Cup, up until now, they've had to stay in Mexico, and even after games, instead of taking showers, jump on a plane and go back to Mexico, not allowed to stay in the United States. But they've been here for the last 2 days, and there have been protests here outside the hotel. I don't see any right now. I see plenty of Iranian soccer fans and extra security here, but there have been protests by Iranian Americans protesting the current Iranian regime here in downtown Seattle outside the hotel. There are 3 political hot issues that you're going to be smacked in the face with today. You know, I think in the spirit of the Olympics and the World Cup, they would rather politics stay out of the games, but it's unavoidable at this point. I mean, in one, you mentioned the governments of both countries did not want to play this match. They learned about it just like we all did when the draw came out in December that, they're going to be playing on Pride Day here in Seattle, and both countries said, we don't want to do that. We don't want to be here. FIFA said, well, this is where you're going to play. Both are demanding FIFA not allow pride flags or any kind of celebrations inside Seattle Stadium. Iran, their government doubling down on that just the other day, saying to FIFA, we will not tolerate any kind of pride celebrations in the stadium. FIFA said in return, the World Cup is all about inclusivity. Everyone is welcome. Pride flags are welcome as well. So that's one issue. Number two is the war and the military actions that are ongoing and a lack of a peace deal. This is the first time any host nation in the World Cup has allowed in a nation they're at war with. And number three, part of these protests as well, you're going to be hearing about this probably in coverage later today. You might see something like this in pre-coverage or at the game itself if you're watching. Lion and sun flags. These are old flags from the old regime under the Shah before the Islamic Revolution in 1979 of Iran. Those flags have been banned from inside stadiums, not allowed to be in there. I've seen viral videos of them being confiscated during games in other cities by Iranian fans, or security taken away from Iranian fans. Why? Well, because they represent the Shah and the monarchy before the revolution in this current regime. And under that monarchy, the U.S. government and many human rights groups say that regime was responsible for the torture and death of thousands of political activists as well. So a court upholding FIFA's ban on that flag as well. But those three hot-button issues coming to a head today, we'll see what happens. But certainly it'll be this way all the way up leading to kickoff, which is at 8 p.m. tonight.
And Luke, I know the messaging has been, can we just keep it about the football or the soccer instead of all these other things that are important points of discussion, but like you said, could be politically charged and could result in a lot of additional tension that may not be necessary, so to speak.
Yeah, and yes, and both, too, I would answer to that question as well. FIFA's not shying away from that politicalness or politicalization of what's going on, and both countries, Iran and Egypt, have been vocal about it in their policies leading up to and yesterday. So they're making this a public issue.
Yeah, well, and FIFA. Correct me if I'm wrong, but FIFA is saying that the rainbow flags and other symbols representing sexual orientation are going to be allowed inside World Cup stadiums, so they will be allowed. Absolutely.
Under FIFA, that flag is absolutely allowed, and they're encouraging inclusivity in any kind of celebration of anyone. And they said anyone of any sexual orientation it is allowed at any games, and they are certainly welcome at every game because this is the world's game, and it's about the sport and inclusivity.
Luke, have you had a chance to talk to anyone out there, any of the protesters for or against at all?
Protesters, no, because they were here early, I understand, and then they left. But I will say there is a K-9 unit in front of this hotel. On every side of around the block of the Fairmont here, there is no parking with cones, and they don't want anyone getting close to the buildings. And but I have in the past talked with protesters, and there are protesters on a lot of different sides of this. I mean, I think the common denominator is, though, that they all are protesting against the current regime in Iran that's responsible for the deaths of thousands of people. They would like to see the government overturned. I think that's a policy that a lot of countries share with those protesters.
One last thing, Luke. As far as, protesting, you're talking about the current regime and things. Do you think that there is a possibility that those folks will be inside of the stadium tonight?
Oh, absolutely. You'll see, and this is where I think the cameras may catch a glimpse, or they may turn away from it because they don't want to be a part of showing that. But I think the protests you will see inside the stadium, if you see any, are trying to display that flag of the old regime. That's one, and denouncing the current regime in different ways. I'm certainly that's going to happen outside the stadium tonight before the game. Absolutely. But will television cover that? Who knows? Will it be visible on TV? Who knows? Yet to be seen. But certainly it will be happening.
And one other thing that was an interesting twist with these two particular teams, they've had kind of crazy practice schedules. And when it comes to Egypt, they had wanted, and you had reported on this, they wanted to fly straight to Seattle after their match with New Zealand in Vancouver, but they had to stay go back to Spokane, and then Iran has had to travel from Tijuana, Mexico. I mean, so these players, I mean, there's going to be so many different side stories to what goes on in the field tonight. But just bottom line, I'm hoping that everyone has a great time, can set aside a lot of that, and just stay safe.
Yeah, stay safe, absolutely. You bet there'll be extra security down at the stadium as well. And, you know, I don't think the average fan, and I would guess that a lot of them do not agree with the policies of their governments. Let's make that clear. These are governments who are saying these things, not the fans. And also certainly the players won't be feeling that pressure. A lot of those players live internationally anyway. They live in different countries and play in different countries. So, including here in the U.S., there have been Egyptian and Iranian players in the MLS. And so, I mean, certainly the tension will be there. Will we see it? Let's wait and see. I think we will in certain areas. But, yeah, let's hope that everything goes off without a hitch. And
absolutely.
An important game for both sides,
yes,
too.
Absolutely.
Thanks,
hey,
Luke.
Luke, thank you so much.
Hey, thank you very much.
Hey, Ursula.
Yeah.
On July 7th, I believe it's a Tuesday, I think. On July 7th, we'll have a show. And on July 7th, your dog gonna really have a story. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And we'll really recap
what all happened.
What all happened.
Yeah, okay, because right now you're still just taking it all in.
Right now I'm just here so I don't get fined.
Yeah, for people who don't know, Gee is the MC and hype man going into these games.
Yeah. And on July 7th, I'm going to weigh in on what I truly think about a lot going on.
Yes.
Not today, though.
Okay, not today. Not today. But let's reset here.
Yeah.
Okay, because we're talking about all these visitors here, and I loved seeing them on Wednesday when I was running around, and without exception, everyone said that Seattle has been a fantastic host city.
For sure.
But one of the most uniquely Washington experiences now on offer to World Cup visitors from around the globe is our infamous weed. Right? Okay, and I'm just going to read this story because Chef put some fun touches into it. So while fans are here for pitch battles, corner kicks, and national pride, some may also be discovering that Washington has a very different kind of grass game. And local health officials are issuing a blunt warning.
Blunt? Oh, well done with the blunt.
Toke it easy.
Start low and go slow and just wait it out. Don't try to take 2 or 3 thinking it's going to kick in faster.
Listen to that advice. That is Jimmy Leonard with the Washington Poison Center talking to Fox 13. Says Washington weed can hit a lot harder than visitors expect. As we all know, cannabis is legal here recreationally.
For sure.
It's regulated and very potent. A single edible is typically 10 milligrams of THC, but for adults who don't have a lot of tolerance, that would be me, even a quarter of that can be enough.
If you're coming from an area where cannabis isn't legal, you may not understand that, one gummy or one cone is a dose, and that it'll take an hour or more to kick in.
And cannabis drinks can contain some serious amounts of THC. We're talking about, and also infused pre-rolls can pack hundreds of milligrams, and that is hundreds of times more THC than an inexperienced user might want. So be warned.
Yeah. First of all, those notes were pretty good the chef gave you. Secondly, like I always taught my good friend Sarah, stay away from the weed, especially here in the Seattle area.
Yeah.
Ursula, you know what happens. Like they said, there's folks coming from places where it's not legal. And so they come here to Seattle, and they're like, hey, hello, mate. Hello, whatever.
Hello, mate.
Hello, mate. All that stuff. And so they're saying to the people, hey, so I've been hearing about your
you got them every corner.
Right, your marijuana here. Where I go there. And then you go there, and they're like, hey, they're really nice in there, and here's some edibles. And so they are no different than you or anybody else for the first time taking an edible. And the first time, you remember your first time.
Yeah.
You took the edible.
Yeah.
And then after like 10, 20 minutes, you're like, hey, this is not working. So you take 2, 3 more. And then
pretty soon you have a whole pack of lozenges and a half of a chocolate bar.
Listen. And then and what ends up happening,
that happened.
So we got folks from other places around the world that are coming here, and they're having full-on conversations in the bathrooms of stadiums, and they're just sitting down there, and they don't know what happened, and they want to just say good night. And so I am glad that health officials are putting out warnings.
Just
and
a
the
reminder.
warnings, stay away from the weed.
Yeah.
Like, it's just real here.
If you're going to do it, take it low and slow.
Oh, God. Well, write that down. Ursula's telling everybody to take it low and slow.
Wait. No, it's
like your barbecue, right?
Someone from the Poison Center. Hold on.
Start low and go slow and just wait it out. Don't try to take 2 or 3 thinking it's going to kick in faster.
Yes.
I mean,
do not rush it.
Text in.
Do not rush it.
Text in so during my break, I can hear about some of you guys. Text in and let us know. Tell us about the first time you had one of those things. Was it a good experience?
No, it was not, actually. It was a horrible experience in Vegas.
What happened, Ursula?
It was horrible.
What happened?
It was horrible. I'm not going to name the name of the person who was with me.
It wasn't Honey?
No.
Okay.
No, it was a friend. And we were like, wait, why not? And I'm thinking, I'm in a safe spot, not driving.
Yeah.
We're just going to have, I need to understand for research purposes, what am I talking about, right? What am I talking about?
Right.
I don't recommend this. You know my stance on it, but I did it.
You did it, okay.
And so that's what I'm talking about. We were doing these lemon drops.
Okay.
We had gone into a shop and asked, what should we try?
Yeah.
And got lemon drops and chocolate bar. You know I have a sweet tooth.
Okay, so you took both?
Oh, dude. So then I had the tiny little, feeling.
Okay.
That I was feeling good, but I was like, hey, I want to make sure this doesn't go away. And my friend should have said something.
So you were enjoying it.
Okay,
I was enjoying it.
Oh, so you enjoyed it? Okay.
Yeah, until I wasn't. And it was several. Okay, I hope I don't get in trouble for sharing this.
I mean, come on.
Because it's legal, so I didn't do anything illegal. I did something stupid.
Yeah. How many did you have?
I think I had half the pack of lemon drops.
Oh, no.
And no joke when
you
with
just kept popping them, Ursula?
Yes, it was almost like, when you're eating cough drops and you're like, okay, I don't need to eat a few, but you have a few of them.
Yeah.
It was like that plus
the chocolate.
a couple of bars of the chocolate.
Right.
When I tell you
okay, go ahead.
that I was so miserable, and we went to a show, and my dad was still alive. My dad called, and I'm telling my friend, I was like,
oh no.
I was telling my friend how I was feeling, not so great, and my dad was chuckling. My dad,
you picked up?
Yes, of course I picked up. I mean, my dad knows I'm straight as an arrow.
Mm-hmm.
And this was a time I was trying something, and I was just over my head.
So, Ursula,
literally.
Yeah,
it was so bad. I felt it for my rest of my Vegas trip. Was ruined.
But I'm just trying to. How were you able to still go to a show? Like when
I don't remember the show, and it was a show that I actually went to with Dory Monson and his wife, and I was telling my friend that it was a great show, and I don't remember what happened that night. It was so bad.
Did they know you were high? Did they know, or you keep it a secret?
No. I was straight as an arrow when I went with Dory.
Okay.
When I went with my friend the second time,
okay.
I don't remember the show.
Okay. And then
there were parts of the show that it went by me because the world was spinning so fast.
Were you able to walk back to your hotel?
Yes, but I did call a friend, Vince, if you're listening right now, an old radio friend who lived in Vegas at the time. And I said, Vince, you need to make sure that I stay safe because I don't trust myself right now. I called Mark. I called my sons. I was like, what in the heck?
You called your sons?
Yes.
How old were they?
They're like, Mom, you did it wrong. That's what I heard.
You're not exactly a low anxiety individual to begin with.
Okay, but was
I did research without doing research.
Was Long Live Mark kind of frustrated though?
No, not at all.
Was he amused?
No, he was, I think, amused because they know that I don't do it. I don't recommend it.
Yeah.
I don't do it.
Yeah.
But I was like,
Will you ever
that's
do
what
it
you
again?
get.
Will you ever do it again?
I will not. No.
But you admit you're having a great time until...
No, and it was the world was spinning, and I was really concerned that I was going to be in this perpetual state of...
Never going to be able to get off this train.
Yes.
Ursula, Lomax in Sammamish says, I tried THC for the first time just a few years ago at about age 55. Took a quarter gummy, nothing. Took the second quarter, nothing. Took the second half, nothing. So I took a second gummy, and then I started spinning out.
That's it.
I did not like it. I did not know what about the delay.
Yes, Lomax, that's exactly what happened to me, but times that by 10.
What they need to do is just sell one gummy that has THC and then make the rest have nothing in them because they're actually really tasty.
Yes.
And
They
you
are
can't-
too
it's hard
tasty,
to
and
hold
you could
yourself
see
to
where
just one.
kids could easily get into trouble. Now I'm just going to get serious again. Where kids could easily get into trouble.
Yeah.
It was too much.
Yeah.
And I learned my lesson. One and done.
I just want to just say on behalf of all listeners that heard that story, you can tell that story once a month and it'll still be good because I still got more follow-up questions. Like seriously, I got all kinds of follow-up questions.
Yes.
Like,
What else did you
how about your friend? Was your friend experienced? Did they know? Or
No,
they
but
just-
you know what I appreciated about Vince?
Huh.
He didn't lecture me. He just wanted to make sure I was safe and that I could walk back to the hotel.
Yeah.
Okay. And we actually sat in a bar, and I don't drink. So we just sat in a bar, and I kept waiting for it to kind of like die down a little bit.
Yeah.
I woke up the next morning. It still was bad.
How many times did you say, "Oh my God, oh my God"?
That conversation had been good. Hey, coming up next here on the Gee and Ursula Show, what's your stance on fireworks? Well, I want to talk about that next. Gee and Ursula.
Join the conversation and text your favorite show on the KIRO Newsradio text line at 888-973-KIRO. That's 888-973-5476. Powered by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
Nick, you know what my dad always used to say?
Oh, which thing? Let me guess. If you put anything on a hot dog besides mustard, it's un-American?
Okay, that's true. Okay, but no, about the word worry. Remember he used to say about the word worry?
Yes, that it's not a verb, but it actually is.
I know it's a verb, but Nick, his point was nothing comes from worrying. You can sit here and worry about all the news and all about the chaos in the world. You worry about your health, but nothing comes of it. You have to take action.
Right.
Like, for instance, you and I, we go into Longevity Medical Clinic. That's an action. It's about taking that action. Like, people can go to Longevity Medical Clinic, take the free health analysis, and then they can find out how they're aging and the things they can do in order to slow down the process to have a big, full, rich life so you can enjoy a hot dog with whatever you want on it.
And now worry is a verb.
See, there you go. So it all starts for you taking action. I was a patient at Longevity long before I started doing these commercials. So get your free health analysis. Go to lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
How would you like to invest in the Seattle real estate market, one of the hottest and most stable regions in the country, and achieve a great rate of return on your investment without the effort of sourcing a deal, the expense and time of building permits, or all the hassles that come with being a landlord? Hi, I'm Scott Rurecka, CEO of Legacy Group Capital in Bellevue. Legacy Group Capital develops local real estate, lends money, and shares the profits with our investors. Diversify with Legacy Group Capital. Invest into our Northwest Fund, which is currently delivering 9% on a fixed rate term. It's our flagship fund for 19 years with zero investor losses. And yes, we do accept IRAs. Find out why 1,300 local investors have invested over $350 million.
Invest in the stability and ease of Legacy Group Capital's Northwest Fund. Legacy Group Capital at legacyg.com. This is not investment advice. Investments available to accredited investors only. Details at legacyg.com.
Your medication for enlarged prostate is working. That's what you tell yourself. You're up 3 times a night instead of 5. The urgency is manageable. The stream's not great, but it's fine. That's the problem. Fine. Enlarged prostate, or BPH, doesn't pause because the medication takes the edge off. The prostate keeps growing. The bladder keeps working harder. And over time, those changes can be harder to reverse. But surgery? Not for you, right? Aquablation is not the surgery you're picturing. It's the only ultrasound-guided, robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Don't wait until things become unbearable. Find an Aquablation urologist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466. 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum hysterectomy may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
Free consultations, no fee guarantees, 5-star reviews. J.P. Pendergast with Pendergast Law explains the importance of going beyond these familiar offerings.
Accident victims want an attorney, Tom, that satisfies their needs. Someone who handles those needs with the highest degree of care. Pendergast Law offers the no-fee guarantees and free consultations, but these only scratch the surface.
Okay, explain more.
We make sure that every member of our team is genuinely passionate about helping others. Customer service and communication are our top priority. It's how we take care of our clients so they always feel one step ahead of the insurance companies. Our strong reputation for high standards provides comfort and confidence when it's needed most.
Pendergast Law offers the free consultations, the no-fee guarantees, and of course, they are 5-star rated. But what really makes them different is their genuine passion for helping others. I can't recommend them enough.
If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident, call Pendergast Law. We can help.
That's PendergastLaw.com.
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
If you've been in an auto accident, you have the right to take your vehicle to any repair facility. Accurate Auto Body has been family owned and operated since 1994, and they work for you, not your insurance company. Your insurance company may not love them, but you will, because
We meet by accident, fixing every last bit, Accurate Auto Body.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. A mistrial was declared today in the arson case of the man accused of setting what eventually became the Palisades fire. The judge declared the mistrial after a jury yesterday said they could not reach a verdict. ABC's Alex Stone reports from Los Angeles.
His defense team was really saying, hey, look, there is no evidence that his client actually did this, and then that fire led in from the Lockman fire to the Palisades fire, that connection should then go back to his client, and that he's responsible for what ultimately happened.
Prosecutors said they would try again. Seattle is hours away from hosting its 4th World Cup match. As the city kicks off Pride Weekend, Iran and Egypt, two countries criticized for harsh treatment of LGBTQ people, face off in a must-win match. The president of FIFA says the match itself is not officially tied to Seattle Pride, but rainbow flags will be allowed under the organization's stadium policies. Kickoff is at 8 o'clock. Security will remain tight around Seattle after more drones were seized Wednesday. KIRO 7 TV's Brandon Thompson reports.
And the sheriff's office air support team knows exactly when one is put up in the air.
Oftentimes those things come up as soon as someone turns on their drone.
Stanley says most of the people contacted during the World Cup do not have bad intentions.
Most of these folks are kind of the careless and clueless variety. They don't know that they shouldn't be flying.
But for just flying a drone where you're not supposed to could come with fines between $250 to $100,000.
A Camden high school student will sit in confinement until he's 21 years old for his plan to have a school shooting last September. KIRO 7 TV's Eric Thompson has details.
Benton County prosecutors say a Superior Court judge gave Mason Ashby the maximum possible sentence in juvenile court, with the FBI saying he posted his plan to shoot up the school on TikTok, but two young men in Florida alerted them to that plan.
For your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic, I'm seeing some usual slowdowns on the east side. 405 from Alderwood to South Center is about 40 minutes right now. If you're heading into Seattle from the north side, I-5 from Alderwood to South Center is holding steady around 25 minutes. Across the lake, Bellevue to Federal Way is seeing some delays about a half an hour. Elsewhere on the east side, things look pretty nice and smooth. Bellevue to Redmond and Issaquah both coming in around 10 minutes with no major delays right now. Now to your weather. We've got a mix of clouds and sunshine today. Highs only in the mid-60s. Right now, it's about 58 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
Welcome back to the Gee and Ursula Show. I just want to say thank you to all of you who are also sharing your personal stories about bad experiences and making me not feel so bad about my rookie mistake. I went and talked to the boss and I said, do you think I'm okay for having shared that story on the air? I kind of went in depth on that one.
Can I make that our video clip today?
Sure. Yes. Oh, no. Okay, but let's actually talk about something obviously a lot more serious because we've got 4th of July just around the corner, and now that terrifying blast on Whidbey Island is being blamed on what fire officials describe as about 700 pounds of fireworks that were stored inside this home. In case you haven't been following, this happened on Wednesday afternoon near Smuggler's Cove and Lagoon Point. A Ring camera caught the moment the house exploded. 2 homes were destroyed. A third was damaged. 5 people were injured, including 3 firefighters who had just arrived for a house fire call. 2 firefighters have since been released, but a third is undergoing surgery on their hand. And neighbor Tanya tells us that her home was right next door and also caught fire. And she had been thinking about that fireworks collection in that home.
Oh, I'm sure it's the fireworks. He bought a truckload last year. Brought it in over Deception Pass in a semi-truck.
So investigators are now looking at whether smoking materials may have been near the fireworks. The homeowner is cooperating. But again, I mean, 700 pounds of fireworks in a neighborhood home, how does that happen?
I don't know.
And I'm curious, was he getting ready for an event? I guess that's what some neighbors are saying. But this investigation involves the Arson Task Force and the ATF.
Yeah.
So very serious.
You ready for this sweeping statement?
Yes.
Sweeping statement. Get you guys. I haven't done this in a while with you. Here we go. Fireworks, all fireworks should be illegal to everyone except for professionals, those that have a permit, or those that have been through some type of training. Your house, your neighbor's house, all of your limbs will thank you for this. The heartache that comes from fireworks with people and or in neighborhoods is just not worth it. Now, some of you guys.
Now, was this G? This is G as 50-year-old G. Would 20-year-old G have said the same thing?
No. But 50-year-old G and somebody else listening right here, and maybe you are a first responder, maybe you are a fire marshal, you can tell me and Ursula way better about what you have seen.
Yes.
And I think, Ursula, where you are, and by the way, every year we do this.
Yes.
We're on the same page.
We're on the same page, so I'm going to try to do some pushback, but I know someone here is going to be doing pushback.
You and your news coverage, how often have you been talking about the devastation that happens because of fireworks every dang on year? So
well, I can talk about it on that level where, talk to someone at Harborview about how many people blow off their fingers or have serious burns or become blinded because of illegal fireworks or just mishandling fireworks.
Are you with my sweeping statement?
I am, but I think it is.
A lot of folks are texting in
I think
saying
it's,
yes.
Yes, I am too.
Okay.
But I'm 60. So I've been where you're at.
Just ban
which
it.
is I've kind of done the fun thing. But I also remember when our boys loved it. Our boys loved going to the reservation and buying fireworks, and I would just get so nervous. It would make it so much easier if they just say, just make it so it's only used, by professionals.
Now, have your kids ever had a firework go off unexpectedly?
No, but it's because I've hounded them endlessly about that.
Yeah.
But I've shared the story where I know someone who blew a couple of his fingers off right before a wedding. And now he has a job where, he's doing quite well in the job, but I actually know somebody who experienced this. Mm-hmm. And it was making the mistake of grabbing something, thinking it was dead, and it wasn't, and exploded in his hand.
It should be illegal. Like, if you have training, you got a permit, you're a professional, Great. And I guarantee you professionals, right? I bet you if there's a training, I bet you they don't do it in front of their home. I bet you the professionals have some type of, hey, we need to be this in this space and all that. So that's my sweeping statement.
See, I think your sweeping statement does go too far. And Chef is about to jump in here, but I think your sweeping statement does go too far because sparklers, there's certain fireworks. The safe and sane fireworks, I'm okay.
Sparklers are a gateway. You can relate to that.
Yeah, exactly. Gateway drug. Boy, if this is fun, just imagine if I put 10 mortars on top of my roof.
Even some of those other ones that are just really easy to use, low risk of blowing off your hand, and, are not going to land in someone's roof. Those are the fireworks I'm okay with. Show a little spirit, do this, that kind of stuff I'm good.
Man, a lot of people are agreeing with me. By the way, y'all okay?
Except for Paul in the 253 who says, so Ursula got stoned and G is all get off my porch with the fireworks. Great show so far.
How about okay, go ahead, Chef. What you got?
So first of all, fireworks have a strong cultural identity here in the United States.
Patriotic.
They have been a way of celebrating for thousands of years. And when a community comes together, as they do in Birch Bay, where I'm going to be next week, and it has a massive, absolutely massive amateur fireworks display, it is breathtaking, it is beautiful, it is community defined. And we don't ban every dangerous form of fun. We regulate it. Like, I'll grant you that, fireworks are unique in that, from a lot of other forms of fun, in that, my fun can land on your roof and set your house on fire, right?
It's been really dry.
But further, we also can't ban it because we can't dictate what happens on tribal land. That's their sovereign land. They're going to exist, period. So you either educate people or you deal with it. I know kids get a hold of it. Control your damn kids.
Can you sell cocaine at tribal land? I'm just asking. Can you sell cocaine? So we can control it, right?
Yeah. Well,
fireworks aren't federally illegal.
No.
Period.
Make them dang on things illegal. That's my whole point.
Yeah,
I'd like to remain in reality.
This is something that should happen. It protects people. It protects homes.
Yes.
It's only getting worse. How many of you all are in your house praying? You got that neighborhood.
I am thanking God that it's raining right now and that it's not going to be all that hot next week.
I'm fine with regulations, time and place. Like, hey, you know what? In the middle of a city, not a great idea.
Yes.
In the neighborhoods, I fully support
2 a.m.
that.
fireworks. How you feeling? July 5th fireworks. How you feeling?
I'm
July
not liking
7th
them.
fireworks.
I live next to a park. They're going on days leading into the 4th and then after the 4th.
And those are generally illegal already. Right?
How about C in Arlington says, leave fireworks to the pros. Yes. I'm worried about my pasture catching on fire.
Just leave it to the pros.
Yeah.
And by the way,
but again, it's easier said than done.
I'm not going to spend my own money, but I enjoy watching other people spend their money.
And have I enjoyed other people? I'm a hypocrite because have I enjoyed other neighbors who do a really good job and keep all their fingers and are more experienced? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do enjoy it when they spent their money and give me a great show.
Out of 10 people in the neighborhoods, Ursula, in your opinion, out of 10 people popping fireworks off in their neighborhood, of the 10, how many of them, of the adults, have had alcohol that day?
Oh, it's usually 100%. I know. It's a disaster waiting to happen.
Disaster. But again, I'm getting old.
Sean and Cleon says, nice job, Chef. We didn't blow off fingers, etc. all the time 40 years ago. People need to use their heads.
Yeah. Some of us survived.
Because we're smarter today than we were.
Hey, Darwin Award exists. It's fine.
Oh, no.
All right. Coming up next here on the Gee and Ursula Show, it's time for Scenarios. Gee and Ursula.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-360-0681 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-360-0681. That's 800-360-0681. What do you have to lose? Call 800-360-0681. Again, 800-360-0681.
Healthcare costs are rising, and a major driver is hospital prices. They've increased more than 250% over the past 25 years. Families and local businesses are feeling it. At Primera Blue Cross, we're working to change that by negotiating with hospitals to secure fair, responsible prices so you can get the care you need at a cost you can afford. That's coverage that counts. Learn more at coveragethatcounts.primera.com.
Some kids never smile. They're embarrassed by their crooked teeth. They want braces like the other kids, but their families can't afford them. Some may even try to straighten their teeth themselves. That can make everything worse. Luckily, there's Donated Orthodontic Services, a program from the American Association of Orthodontists. It helps provide orthodontic treatment to kids and teens whose families can't afford it. For kids who apply, are approved, and are matched with a volunteer orthodontist, it can be life-changing. Their treatment is in the hands of an expert, a licensed local orthodontic specialist who improves their smiles by correctly aligning teeth and jaws. Some kids think they'll never smile again, but Donated Orthodontic Services may help them smile with confidence. To link to the application and eligibility requirements, visit aaoinfo.org.
Download the KIRO News Radio app, where you can watch us live or stream us live anywhere, anytime.
How would this initiative, whatever this initiative is, how would he fund it?
Stay connected everywhere. Download the KIRO News Radio app.
AC acting up? Don't assume the worst. Home Comfort Alliance repairs first and only replaces if it makes sense. If you do need a new one, ask about an ultra-efficient heat pump and get real pricing in 60 seconds. Call the Comfort People, homecomfortalliance.com.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY, and I want to wish you a happy Independence Day. The 4th of July is my favorite. It's about family, gratitude, patriotism, and amazing exploding lights in the sky. Perhaps I love it most because it's called Independence Day. I love to fight for my clients' independence. Your right to drive, to provide for your family, your right to do stuff. You feel liberty most when you lose it. Remember buying a box of bottle rockets and salute shells with nothing more than a "have fun, kids"? Well, things have changed since then, including the consequences of a DUI. We're your safe and sane solution to keep freedom ringing. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com. Red, white, and blue are the colors of freedom, unless they're flashing behind you. 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY. Summer is the time to feel and look your best, but I'm not talking about your abs or tan. Guys, I'm talking about your hair. Restore that bald spot, reverse your receding hairline, or add volume to thinning during Advanced Hair's once yearly summer savings event. Advanced Hair's simple one-day treatment begins to regrow your very own hair the very next day, and they guarantee your new hair will grow. They are the team that addressed my hair loss, and I recommend them to everyone. Take advantage of your flexible summer calendar and get the most hair for your dollar. Advanced Hair's summer sales event is on for a limited time. So get the details and schedule your free consultation today. 425-449-8185. One-day treatment, life-changing results. With Advanced Hair, your new hair is guaranteed to grow. Check out the incredible before and afters and make the call now while their summer savings event is still on. That's 425-449-8185 or advancedhair.com.
It is the Gee and Ursula Show. I tell you what, you mean to tell me out of all the stuff that Ursula and I have talked about today so far, y'all want to talk about weed and fireworks?
Yes.
Yep.
Our text line has
all
blown
that smoke.
up. Pun intended.
But is this really what you guys want on the show? Don't you guys want us talking about serious stuff?
That is basically all everyone's texting. It is, actually.
Serious fun.
Yes.
All right. Let's get to scenarios.
Here we go, yo. Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario?
Our 20-year-old daughter wants to marry a guy that she met last week. Yeah, that's right. Last week. She's been out with him 5 times in the past week and now is planning to spend the rest of her life with this guy. Now, at first, I didn't think much of it, like nobody would, because it's really hard to schedule a wedding right now. But she said that she's engaged right now, and even though never officially proposed and has no ring, but she says they're in love. So she's making big plans for an expensive wedding sometime next year and has already set up a registry for gifts.
What the?
This is after 1 week. Now, when she was young, we always told her how proud we'd be to see her happy and married.
Ooh.
And that would pay for her wedding, and that we would pay for her wedding. And that's what she expects now. But my husband and I are not sure we want to spend all this money on this wedding. They just met a week ago. Plus, here's the kicker. We haven't even met the guy yet. So from what she already told us, the wedding is probably going to be about $55,000. So I'm just curious if anyone else has been through having an impulsive kid who wants an expensive wedding. What ground rules do you lay down? What do I do here? 888-973-5476 is the Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line. Ursula, you have to bet first.
I'm just curious what kind of messaging you gave your child throughout their childhood and now adulthood.
Ursula. Oh, you preaching that.
Because,
come on.
Yeah, you've always said that you are going to pay. And how much emphasis were you putting on wedding? And it's going to be this greatest day of your life. And we're going to have everyone there. And it's going to be the best. And it's going to be blah, blah, blah. And so, I mean, a lot of people dream of their wedding day. And for some, it is extremely, extremely important. But she met this person a week ago. My advice would be don't get all worked up because you don't even know if it's going to still be a thing in a week from now. So,
amen.
Yeah, before she already knows it's $55,000 and they've been together a week, I think I would just chill on the wedding talk. Let her dream what she's going to dream. But just say, hey, yeah, let's talk about it when there's an actual engagement. Mm-hmm. And then I would just reconsider what exactly I said throughout her childhood.
Do you think that sometimes parents offer to pay for the money, pay for the wedding with their money, but it has stipulations attached? Like this
Almost
is only if we like the person you're marrying.
Well, and then also, if this wedding can be about us, and this wedding is going to be, many of your guests are going to be people we want, and we want to be able to brag about the kind of wedding that we've thrown for our daughter. Oh, yeah.
Well, and sometimes it's just a measure of support for your kid, and you also don't want to throw tens of thousands of dollars into supporting something that you don't see working out. Right?
Yes,
or
exactly.
You can't
so what I also would do is if this is something that does last the test of time, then I would have a budget. Just say, this is the budget. This is what I'm willing to do for your wedding, and use it as you see fit.
So that budget. So if it's $55,000, you haven't met the person. It's been after a week.
Yeah,
would
I'm
you just cut it in half?
That's crazy. Well, I would do nothing.
No.
I would give no money until there's an engagement.
You wait 6
But
months.
they said it is an engagement. They just don't have the ring.
Yeah.
No.
It doesn't count for
No,
me.
that doesn't count. Thank
Hey,
you.
that's great. I really support you. Honey, I'm so happy
Yes.
that you're in love.
Yeah, let's see
We're
how
so
this goes.
excited for you.
When you have the
you push the conversations off and like, hey, I'm not going to put any deposits down for 6 months.
Okay, so I just want to ask, what's the bare minimum? This goes for all of us. What is the bare minimum that someone needs to know each other before there's any type of engagement? Is there time?
Before I put my money down, a year.
I don't even say a year. Sometimes in 6 months. I don't say a year. It also depends where you are. It depends on who the people are.
You're
It
20
depends
years
on
old a year.
The situation. Yeah. If you're in your 50s and
You're 6 months? Is that your
I'd
minimum?
say 6 months would be good.
3 months?
3 months, I would be skeptical.
No, 90. That's 90 days.
Yeah, 90-day fiance. See how that works out.
Yeah. Good track record.
How about someone said, tell her you'll pay for the wedding, but she needs to be engaged for at least a year. But the other part is, she's asking for $55. Maybe she's in debt. Maybe she has an issue.
She could be scamming
Maybe
you.
she could be scamming you.
That's
Maybe
a
there
good
is no
darn point.
dude.
She's got a gambling addiction or something
Yeah,
going on.
who knows what she has?
Yeah. If you're listening right now, before we get to Nick, what's that you known of or yourself, the least amount of time that you've known someone before you got married?
My dad proposed to my mom after 3 days. That's why I say, and then they were married for over 60 years. So,
whoa.
Yeah. Yeah.
Whoa. After 3 days? See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of folks, y'all quick to want to judge other people's situations, but sometimes when they work out, this is why, actually, arranged marriages do well. They do well. Nick, what you got, man?
Well, that's I don't know about that, but this smells a little fishy to me for the fact that the wedding was offered to be paid for by the parents without any strings attached from the beginning. And maybe they weren't expecting an engagement taking place a week or two into just meeting the future spouse, thinking this idea and investment would be well thought out for an extended period of time. And maybe it's a unicorn of a situation being love at first sight, but I'm holding back my wedding offer until I see the love with my own eyes that they're claiming to see, if it's really true or just lustful speculation. Even 90 days, I'm hesitant on the down payment for the big day to tie the knot. I think 6 months, bare minimum, and that's when you can maybe have that conversation.
Well, at the very least, the parents should meet the groom. As Mike in Portland says, the parents haven't even met the groom, but they're expected to meet the bill.
I got a sweeping statement. Ursula.
what is
Here we
it?
go, fellas. I believe we fellas know way before we admit it. We know quick. So much so, we know so fast, we're embarrassed. We actually say, oh, well, it was after like 4 or 5 months, when you probably knew within the first week or two. That's what Ursula, your daddy knew. 3 days. How long was they married?
Over 60 years.
Come on now.
Now, should they have been married that long?
Hey, come on.
That's a whole nother thing. But I give them credit.
Ask any couple that's been married 50 plus years, they went through it to get to
That's
it.
true.
Coming up next, Morning Gee Ursula Show.
Hi, how can I help?
Well, my husband and I feel like we've outgrown our current money manager.
I see.
Our lives have changed, and we need something more than just mutual funds to help us in retirement.
She's right. I hear that often. At Fisher Investments, we'd start by getting to know you, your finances, family, health, lifestyle. We tailor a portfolio around your goals and needs.
Sounds good. Can you help with estate planning?
Yes. We have a team of specialists who can help you with estate planning, Social Security, investment income, and more. We'll get to know your whole financial picture and help keep you on the path to a comfortable retirement.
And your fees?
We have a simple, transparent fee that's a percentage of the value of your portfolio. So we do better when you do better.
I feel better already.
At Fisher Investments, we're clearly different. Learn more at FisherInvestments.com/different. Investing in securities involves a risk of loss.
Staples Easy Deal Days are here. Score up to 50% off more than 1,000 products in-store and online. It all ends July 4th. Staples. That was easy.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist how you can slow your GA with Izervay. To learn more, call 1-855-IZERVAY or go to izervay.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Men's Health in Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. No guessing, just answers. Over 100,000 men have trusted Revive to get real results. More energy, better sleep, improved mood, and confidence that shows. If something feels off, don't wait. Take control and protect your long-term health by knowing your numbers. This offer ends June 30th. Schedule your free comprehensive wellness panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Feel better. Live stronger. Start now.
John Curley here. When it's time to add or replace a cooling system, 3 things matter: who installs it, the quality of the equipment, and how it performs for years. For these reasons, I recommend Home Comfort Alliance, award-winning service, licensed experts, and installs they stand behind. Their carrier system leads the industry for efficiency, quietness, and dependable performance for years. And right now, save up to $3,000 in rebates. Turn to the experts, Carrier and Home Comfort Alliance. Visit homecomfortalliance.com today.
KIRO FM and HD1 Tacoma, Seattle.
ABC News, I'm Mike Dubusky. The case against Jonathan Rinderknecht has ended in a mistrial with the jury deadlocked. This was the man accused of sparking the Palisades wildfire last year.
The argument was that on New Year's Eve that he was distraught, he was angry, he was driving an Uber, went up, started that fire, and then the LA Fire Department came and put it out. But his defense team saying that he was being used as a scapegoat for the LA Fire Department's mistakes.
ABC's Alex Stone in Los Angeles. Prosecutors in the case say they will retry. Leon Black, a billionaire named in the Epstein files, walked out of a closed-door interview on Capitol Hill today with his lawyer calling the meeting a political stunt. House Oversight Committee Chair James Comer says he's now issued 2 subpoenas to Black. And John Bolton, the national security advisor to the first Trump administration, has pled guilty to illegally retaining classified documents. This is ABC News. Another section of Texas has been designated an infested zone after an animal was found to be carrying the larvae of the New World screwworm. ABC's Jim Ryan says a total of 25 cases have now been detected.
State and federal agricultural officials have ordered quarantines for 9 west and southwest Texas counties as they sterilize adult flies and release them into the environment.
We've released 100 billion a week for 19 months. That's 8 billion sterile flies.
But Texas Agriculture Commissioner Sid Miller tells ABC News
the sterile flies aren't working.
He wants to add a bait and insecticide regimen to the program, something federal officials have resisted. Jim Ryan, ABC News in Dallas-Fort Worth.
Certain immigrant communities, including the Haitian and Syrian communities in the U.S., are reeling after yesterday's Supreme Court decision on temporary protected status, ruling against that measure passed in 1990, allowing temporary citizenship for those traveling from impacted countries. Mike Dubusky, ABC News.
a rescue mission that took a nearly 11 hours. More on that in just a moment. But first, KIRO News Radio real-time traffic right now. We're seeing some slowdowns on the east side. 405 from Alderwood to South Center is about 40 minutes. If you're heading north to Seattle, I-5 from Alderwood to South Center is holding steady, about 25 minutes right now. Otherwise, things look smooth. Bellevue to Redmond and Issaquah both coming in about 10 minutes right now. 40 minutes Puyallup to Renton. It'll take you about 32 minutes if you want to get to Bellevue. That's your traffic report.
KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO News Radio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. A nearly 11-hour rescue mission ended yesterday morning after two men were thrown from a vehicle that crashed down a steep cliff near Wilkinson. The rescue began when an iPhone SOS crash notification alerted authorities on Wednesday night. Search crews found the wreckage about 250 feet below a mountain road. One man was pinned beneath the engine. Difficult terrain and poor weather slowed the rescue before helicopters airlifted both men to hospitals. We're hearing from the attorney for two fired Alaska Airlines flight attendants. They were terminated after posting on an internal forum about the Equality Act, including comments about gender identity and transgender access to spaces. This week, a federal appeals court revived their lawsuit, reversing a lower court decision to throw it out. Stephanie Tuab, a senior counsel at First Liberty Institute, which represents the two women, spoke with the Jason Rand Show on Seattle Red 770 AM.
We are so grateful to the Ninth Circuit for letting this case go to a jury, and my firm, First Liberty Institute, we're looking forward to bringing it to the jury.
Right now, no comment from Alaska Airlines. The 15-year-old boy arrested in connection with the fatal shooting of a 16-year-old girl earlier this month in Kent was back in court Thursday afternoon. KIRO News Radio's James Lynch has details.
According to court documents, when the teen was arrested for the murder, he had already been arrested on charges of unlawful possession of a firearm and unlawful possession of a machine gun. Douglas Wagner with the King County Prosecutor's Office explains what's next.
In the unlawful possession of a firearm case, he pleaded not guilty. That case is now moving forward in juvenile court. And then in the murder case, prosecutors motion for the murder case to be heard in adult court.
The teen is due back in court on the jurisdiction issue in September. James Lynch, KIRO News Radio.
Seattle will host the Iran-Egypt World Cup match tonight as the city moves forward with its planned Pride Match Day celebration. KIRO News Radio's, or rather KIRO 7 TV's, Eric Thomas has more.
In a statement to The Athletic, the Iran Football Federation said it's requested that FIFA have no LGBTQ plus symbols, ceremonies, or promotional activities inside the stadium or as part of the match environment. But here's how Seattle's World Cup Chief Legacy Officer responded to that request.
This is an opportunity for the world to learn more about Seattle, to learn more about Washington. And so in many ways, we're not changing anything about how our city celebrates, this month-long celebration of Pride.
And organizers say pride flags and clothes will be allowed inside the stadium.
For your KIRO News Radio real-time weather right now, it's going to be a mix of clouds and sunshine. Highs will be in the mid-60s. Right now, it's about 59 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news, serving Western Washington and the world with a KIRO News Radio app. Always streaming live on your smart speakers. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
This is the Gee and Ursula Show with G. Scott and Ursula Reutin.
Happy Fresh Fridays, Flex Fridays, whatever Fridays you want it to be. We are about 8 days away from the 4th of July. Think about that for a second. It is already the 4th of July next week. What is one guaranteed food? It's almost lunch o'clock. What's one guaranteed food that you have to have on the 4th of July? No matter what. We always talk about the other holidays. We know like the turkey on Thanksgiving or the prime rib on Christmas. What is the one food that you need to have on the 4th of July?
Can I just say good food?
Nah.
Mac and cheese.
No, mine is simple. It's a hot dog.
You have hot dogs every 4th of July.
On the 4th of July, I'm going to have me a hot dog.
Like what kind of hot dog?
Oh,
Are we talking about Nathan's hot dog?
Hot link, baby, with a piece of white bread. You know what I'm saying? Just keep that thing, it sticks to the roof of your mouth.
Or how do you like it cooked? Do you like that barbecue char in it?
That char.
Yeah.
Char.
Really?
No, seriously, nothing says 4th of July to me like a hot dog. That's just me. Like I said,
keep it simple for 4th of July.
I don't even need ribs. Let me just get
I would take
hot
the ribs.
Dogs. Let me get some hot dogs, some chips.
Chicken.
That's cool. I mean, that's great. I'm just saying, like, I need to have that. That makes me feel like it's the 4th of July.
Yeah, Barry says ribs. Jerry in the 206 says
what's
beer.
What's Allie talking about? PB&J on white bread.
Allie,
come on now.
About watermelon. You keep that whole thing in the cooler in ice water.
I need some good homemade potato salad, though. I love that.
Okay, see, there.
And rocket pops, since we can't have actual fireworks.
Hey, Nick, I ain't trusting some of y'all's potato salad, bruh.
Okay, what makes a good potato salad? Sorry, we're not even in the segment right now. Not raisins.
I'll say this.
It's
all about the dressing combo. How much mayo, how much mustard.
Here's my deal on potato salad. If your potato salad doesn't taste better than the store-bought, it's a problem. And by the way, right now, Safeway, they own it. They got some good store-bought stuff. Now, a lot of times y'all trying.
What kind of potato salad are you talking about?
My man Mike brought it over, and I can't remember what it was, but it was. I said, "Whoa, Safeway!"
The loaded baked potato salad. I think maybe that's QFC.
Yeah, that Kroger brand Southern style potato salad. That's some good stuff.
So I like the eggs in there.
But
chopped hard-boiled eggs.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
But now, you ever had that family member that swear that potato salad is good, but it's not?
Just
growing up. And there are some store-bought potato salads that are awful, and it is all about the mayonnaise. And if it ends up being too sweet, I can't do it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
German-style potato salad, the best.
Okay.
Is it? And it's not heavily on the mayo.
Okay. Okay.
I think everyone has a different taste with potato salad. I like that sweet tang with the salad.
Oh.
Miss me.
Yeah, exactly. If it's Miracle Whip potato salad, nope.
Ernie and Kent said that hot dog needs to burst open on the grill.
This is true.
Yeah, when it burst open.
Yes. Okay. Text us, Muckleshoot Casino Resort text line 888-973-5476 888-973 KIRO. I almost forgot we're doing a show. Okay, here we go.
Top stories at 11
on the Gee and Ursula Show.
So we're going to talk about contractors. A lot of people, even though the economy is tough, still getting their remodels done, etc. And we're getting this story that you could read on mynorthwest.com. There's a story about a Pierce County contractor who is accused of taking money from dozens of customers and leaving projects unfinished. And now he is facing a public warning from the state. The Department of Labor and Industry says construction kings and owner Zachary Nash are tied to more than 40 different complaints, and the damage is totaling over $1.2 million in alleged losses. And according to L&I, the pattern was painfully simple. Get a low bid, collect the money from the homeowner, and then do little or no work. And the News Tribune is reporting that 4 victims have already won default judgments against Nash this month, totaling more than $413,000. And in each case, court documents say he was summoned to court and he never showed up. And there's also a terrible example out of Bonnie Lake where a family says they paid nearly $50,000 to build a wheelchair ramp for a relative who is dependent on a wheelchair. The project was started and then abandoned, and now he still cannot even get into the door. So L&I is saying that Nash's contractor registration has been suspended but not revoked. Once the registration is suspended, it's illegal to advertise, bid, or work as a contractor in Washington, but so far no criminal charges. And this dude has now filed for Chapter 7 bankruptcy, listing up to 200 people that he owes money to.
Okay, I just want to say, before I get to that, it's devil's eggs potato salad at Safeway. No. I'm telling y'all, that deviled eggs potato salad at Safeway is true. Okay, let's get back to it. I'm glad, Ursula, you decided to bring this up today because we don't talk enough about this topic. And some of you all have known of some shady contractors that are out here doing awful things. They have these LLCs. They take people's money. They dump the LLC. They go pick up another new LLC, and they continue doing stuff. Now, I believe that lawmakers need to do more, maybe have these folks pass a test in these states, so then that way we can limit all of the fly-by-night people that are just starting up, that make them have some skin in the game. Now, this is the part where I'm going to say this is how they get away with this, Ursula. They get away with this because they know that there are, example, let's just say, Ursula, I'm a contractor. I come to your house. You've already had some other bids, right? And so the other bids, you're like, hey, well, the bid that I had is $85,000. I come in, I go through, I'm looking sharp and everything. I know what I'm talking about. And I says, yeah, $85,000? I can do all of that, but I can do everything for half that price. How they get people is they lowball the other bids.
Of course.
And with no intention of doing the job.
Right.
Just to get your money. So what happens is a lot of times we get fooled by the person that comes in with the lowest bid, and they just try to say
it's human nature,
right?
Yeah,
I'm getting a deal. So a lot of people, Ursula, get taken advantage of because that they believe that they are getting these deals. And then what happens is there's times where job starts, and Ursula, when you got your job done, the contractor's there, but then they have other subs that come in and do different job, whether it's the restroom, the flooring, the painting. And so sometimes these contractors, they have no plan on paying the subcontractors. So it's all a mess. Lawmakers need to step up, Ursula.
Well, lawmakers need to step up, but actually, I think that it's probably too much for L&I. But by the time it gets to that point, I mean, this guy had racked up more than 40 complaints, $1.2 million in alleged losses that we know of, and so now he's not facing criminal charges yet. None have been reported or filed. There could be some prosecution through the AG's office, but the Bonnie Lake Police investigated and said they found evidence of intent to defraud. So why aren't there criminal charges? So all this guy does is file for bankruptcy and get away with it? Yeah. So one, that's not cool. And there needs to be much more punishment when this kind of crap happens. Yep. The other thing is on the front end, when you're looking, like you said, I mean, there's so many different sayings, but essentially, if it's too good to be true, it is. Mm-hmm. And the lowest bidder is more often than not always the best. And again, if it's so much lower than everyone else, you got to ask yourself, where are they cutting corners? And the biggest thing, what we did, is our contractor. We hired our contractor based on the work and the interviews we did with people who he had done work for.
Smart.
And it was basically
smart.
He pretty much did our entire neighborhood.
Smart. That's exactly how you're supposed to do it.
We loved him so much, and we're still friends to this day. We still stay in contact. He still helps us out when something will pop up.
I just got to say that I thought about something, Ursula. We've been doing this show 6.5 years. We don't see many of these topics come across. And I know it happens way more than usual. Well, Shelley in Federal Way says one of these shady contractors took me for $40,000. It was a very difficult time. I ended up having to short sell my house.
Ouch.
Here's another red flag that I've learned from my good buddy. Shout out to my man, Justin. Another thing that I've learned. So let's just say you have a contractor. And you have an estimate, and the contractor says, Ursula, hey, but you know what? We're going to have to need a permit for this to get that done, to do things the right way. And then you have another estimate comes in where the contractor's like, well, you know what? We can just bypass the permit. We don't have to even let the city know. I can go ahead and get this done. That is a red flag. Mm-hmm. And the reason why it's a red flag is because let's just say you don't go get the permit. And you get the work done.
Man.
You get the work done.
Yes.
Something happens where they burst a pipe down there in the neighborhood.
You have no recourse.
You, the homeowner, are going to be responsible. You just messed up the neighborhood and that happened. Or let's just say it messes up your home. Flooding happens. And then guess who's responsible? You, because you didn't get the permit. I think, Ursula, this is a topic we need to search for and find out enough because too many people are getting it taken advantage.
Yeah.
There's something really interesting, I think, about this. And this is a perfect example of how broken corporate law is in this country. Because the behavior that corporations are allowed to engage in and simply get away with fines or a bankruptcy, this is where the rubber meets the road and people realize, wait. Kevin, who operates Kevin's Construction as an LLC, steals $40,000 from me, but Kevin's LLC is responsible, not Kevin. How come Kevin isn't going to jail? Like, this behavior happens at a vast scale in this country, but because of the way that we have business and corporate law structured, Kevin's LLC is legally responsible, not Kevin the person. And somehow we're still allowing this behavior.
Yeah, I want to dig into it a lot more because, and I would love to have experts. David Graham just said, contractors like that give the rest of us good contractors a bad name. I have been known not to take a dime at the beginning of a project and just say, you can pay me when you're happy with what we have done. Now that's a...
But okay.
Yeah.
I want to say something right there. And some of you all know, there's a real trust that has to happen in the beginning. So if you're buying cabinets, let's take cabinets.
Custom
cabinets.
Oh, yeah.
And your contractor needs to order those cabinets.
Yes.
You have to trust the contractor enough to give them a cashier's check to Frank's LLC. They're going to go ahead and, by the way, they can't get the order started. It's going to take X amount. It's going to take 90 days or 30 days to get the cabinets. So you're trusting Frank's LLC with $25,000 of hardcore cash.
Yes.
Because our contractor, I had to trust them.
Yeah.
So sometimes you can't get started without money down.
Yeah,
and a lot of contractors can't afford to front you that and make the order themselves.
We were lucky in that in some instances our contractor would do that.
That's awesome.
And just say, okay, and then we'll pay, because he puts also a premium on his work. They get put an additional fee, the contractor does, on top of what you pay the subcontractor,
so
right?
Your
sometimes
contractor
he
put
would
the money down for your cabinets?
Yes, and then and I would know exactly how much they were, and then we had already agreed upon a certain amount. I mean, so we knew going in that was going to be the case. But again, it was a much bigger project. But Mike in Portland puts out a good point, which is how you do one thing is how you do everything. If you're going to cut corners on getting a permit, that should be a big fat red flag to you as the client. If they're promising this, that, and the other thing, and they're going to be cutting corners.
Let's bring it all back home. Just remember this. They are able to thrive because we, as consumers, sometimes we're in search of the best deal. And if you want things cheap, like Ursula said, if it sounds too good to be, you know the rest. Yes, it is too good to be true.
Yes. And check their references. Yeah. You are putting down humongous amounts of money. Yeah. Ask other people what their experience was like. Do you know our contractor had someone, a future client of his, come to our house, asked if it would be okay, and they basically interviewed me and asked me about his work. And it was great. I was like, that's exactly what you need to do. Yeah. And a good contractor will actually be, absolutely. I'll let you talk to some of my past clients.
And if we're saying a good contractor, like being serious, you know the contractor's good if they're a little expensive. There's a reason. There's seriously a reason why they're expensive. Because they got their permits in order, their licensing, their workers are paid, their subcontractors
are doing it the right way.
They're doing it the right way. It costs money to do it the right way. So if that bid is $25,000, $30,000 over that other bid, it might be a reason.
I'll say that, but with a caveat again, which is, and then there are people who really are terrible and they will charge you more, and beware of those too.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, I'm just going to squeeze in one other story because if for those people who are going to be heading to Seattle Center for the remaining World Cup matches in Seattle, do you know that it was not the original plan? According to the Seattle Times, the city of Seattle was once looking at a massive free fan fest at Seattle Center, which would have brought 500,000 people to the center. And have everything in one location. And instead, organizers moved away from that one giant central event and spread the celebrations around the city with watch parties and fan zones like we have right now, whether it's the Waterfront, Seattle Center, Pacific Place, Victory Hall, and the smaller spread out versions, I think, were a really good idea. But the folks at Seattle Center are saying, wait a minute, we had planned around having the massive event and having everyone at one centralized location because they had actually invested like $3.6 million in preparations.
Call me a wambulance?
I know. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. If everything was at Seattle Center, that would have just been, I think, a disaster.
Disaster.
Like trying to get around there?
Disaster.
Yeah. I mean, what they have right now is great.
So
and people are going to Seattle Center, but people are also going to Pioneer Square. People are discovering the waterfront. People are not enough people were going to Westlake Park, by the way. That was nicely set up, and I didn't see a whole lot of people there on Wednesday. So, pro tip, you can go to Westlake Center, too.
Yeah. I mean,
find lots of room.
That's really the beauty about what's happening downtown is all of the different things, whether it's the barge, whether it's like there's all stuff to go and do. By the way, my wife is going down with a friend. They're going down there.
Where are they going? Are they going to go to the waterfront?
I don't know.
They're probably going to do what I did, which was just walk around.
This is what I told them. The match starts at 8 o'clock.
Yeah.
And y'all know it's my bedtime at 8 o'clock. So the match, one thing I like about soccer, that thing gets over.
You know exactly when it's over.
You know exactly. So it's probably going to be done around 10 o'clock.
So you're telling your wife she better be there at 10 o'clock? Don't be late?
Because I want to be in my bed at 11:30. 11:30. All right, Ursula, let's do a little agree to disagree. We'll do that next.
This hour is brought to you by DUI Heroes.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM.
Hartley here from Wilcox Farms. For over 100 years, my family's been committed to doing what's right. At Wilcox Family Farms, that means caring for our hens with healthy pasture environments and a diet of organic grains and flax seeds. It's how we produce eggs that are wholesome, flavorful, and good for you. Next time you're at an egg case in your local store, we hope you feel good about choosing Wilcox eggs. Wilcox Family Farms, locally fresh since 1909.
Progressive knows you've got plenty of things to worry about.
What time does the kids' practice end? How long has that check engine light been on? Are takeout containers microwave safe?
So the last thing you should have to worry about is what to do if something unexpected happens on the road. That's why if you're ever in a major accident, Progressive's accident response can detect it and send help. It's just one less thing to worry about.
How long does chicken last in the fridge?
Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Limited availability in California. Driver is responsible for emergency and towing charges not covered by the policy.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Because as your life changes and your body changes, Sleep Number mattresses adapt and shift to give you personalized comfort night after night. And right now, new mattresses start at $1,500 during our 4th of July sale. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
Cars for Kids. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877 Cars for Kids. Donate your car today. 1-877
to get rid of that old car? Donate it to Cars for Kids. Call 877-CARS4KIDS to speak to a friendly live agent. Donation is super easy, and your car can be picked up as soon as tomorrow. Go to carsforkids.org now or call 877-CARS4KIDS to donate your car today.
1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS. KARS Cars for Kids. 1-877-CARS-FOR-KIDS.
Did you know you can donate real estate too? Go to carsforkids.org. That's cars with a K.
It started as a puddle.
Where?
In the shower.
Uh-oh.
Then the kitchen sink.
Started backing up?
Yeah.
I know where this is going.
Clogged up.
Right. No problem.
Beg your pardon?
There's no clog we can't clear.
You're Dan.
From Apollo Plumbing.
This is going to get pricey.
How about $83?
To clear my drain?
Apollo Plumbing clears main drains every day.
For $83?
83 or it's free.
What's the catch?
No catch. We'll even do a camera inspection.
Why's that?
It's the best way to find the cause of your clog.
And it's included?
No extra charge. Truth is, we hate clogs.
I don't love them.
Seen them all.
Ew.
I promise. There's no clog Apollo can't clear.
Guaranteed.
83 or free.
Goodbye, slow drains.
All it takes is an accessible clean out.
And Apollo gets my drains draining again.
You call, we come, it's fixed.
My heroes.
Just doing our job.
Thank you, Apollo Plumbing.
ApolloPlumbing.com.
Check out the Puyallup Tribe's Firecracker Alley's new location at 3509 72nd Street East in Tacoma. Stock up now for your 4th and enjoy great food at Firecracker Alley. 3509 72nd Street East in Tacoma. Open now through July 4th.
Life doesn't have to slow you down just because costs are up. At Subaru of Puyallup, fuel-efficient models help you go farther with the confidence of all-wheel drive. And you have to experience the newly redesigned Subaru Outback with bold styling, advanced safety, an upgraded touchscreen, and even more capability. For stress-free pricing, a huge selection, and current offers, stop by Subaru of Puyallup, your stress-free dealership, part of the Harnish Auto family. Visit SubaruofPuyallup.com.
Nick, you know what's a great thing about going to Longevity Medical Clinic as a couple?
Oh, I absolutely do. When they tell you to do something, you actually do it.
Right. And the same thing with you. When they tell you to do it, because for some reason, when I tell you to do it, you're like, whoa.
I just walk away and roll my eyes.
Exactly. But the great thing about Longevity Medical Clinic, the doctors there know, because we do the blood draw and they look and they can see, they know, they hold us accountable.
Yeah, when I'm under pressure and I know I'm coming in, I know I have to work the program.
Right. Plus, we also want to hold each other accountable for how we take care of ourselves because, you know, we want to have a long, healthy, happy life.
I know. I want every day to torture you as long as I possibly can.
Well, I look forward to it. Here's the great thing about Longevity Medical Clinic. They're working with you. They're holding you accountable because they want you to have a long, healthy, happy life. I was a patient at Longevity long before I started doing these commercials. So get your free health analysis. Go to lmclinic.com. That's lmclinic.com.
Step inside and let the excitement take you places. This is Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the ultimate spot for action that reaches incredible heights, luxury that knows no bounds, and live entertainment that always thrills. It's all at one incredible destination. So when you look for the best, look nowhere else. Muckleshoot Casino Resort, the biggest and best in the Northwest. Muckleshoot.
KIRO Newsradio 97.3 FM Northwest News. Now, the latest from KIRO Newsradio and mynorthwest.com.
Good morning. I'm Katrina Gashard. A private equity billionaire named Leon Black refused to answer certain questions about his dealings with Jeffrey Epstein when he appeared behind a closed-door meeting on Capitol Hill today. The House Oversight Committee has now issued subpoenas to compel him to reappear. ABC News national correspondent Stephen Portnoy has more.
Going into the interview, House Oversight Chair James Comer said of all the people he's brought in,
this one has the potential to be the most groundbreaking.
But 2 hours later, Comer said billionaire Leon Black refused to answer questions about non-disclosure agreements. Comer said his committee has now subpoenaed Black for his testimony and for the NDAs. The private equity magnate told the panel he had no knowledge of Epstein's heinous conduct. But top committee Democrat Robert Garcia says this.
Jeffrey Epstein would not have been able to commit the horrific crimes without the support of Mr. Black.
Stephen Portnoy, ABC News, Washington.
Seattle will host its 4th World Cup match tonight. As city kicks off Pride Weekend, Iran and Egypt, 2 countries criticized for harsh treatment of LGBTQ people, face off in a must-win match. We spoke with Seattle Pride Executive Director Patty Hearn.
Pride celebrations exist because it's important to see representation, and visibility matters. And I think for any person who feels alone, knowing that there is a vibrant, healthy community of queer and trans people out there living wonderful lives is affirming, and it can be life-saving.
The president of FIFA says the match itself is not officially tied to Seattle Pride, but rainbow flags will be allowed under the organization's stadium policies. Kickoff is at 8. Security remains tight around the World Cup after 6 more drones were seized on Wednesday. KIRO 7 TV's Brandon Thompson has details.
And the sheriff's office air support team knows exactly when one is put up in the air.
Oftentimes those things come up as soon as someone turns on their drone.
Stanley says most of the people contacted during the World Cup do not have bad intentions.
Most of these folks are kind of the careless and clueless variety. They don't know that they shouldn't be flying.
But for just flying a drone where you're not supposed to could come with fines between $250 to $100,000.
700 pounds of fireworks caused an explosion on Whidbey Island, injuring 5 people, including 3 firefighters. Ring camera captured the blast. Central Whidbey Island Fire Chief Jerry Helm tells KIRO 7 TV his crews were responding to a house fire.
The estimation right now is some smoking materials were around the fireworks in question.
Everyone injured in the blast is recovering, though 1 firefighter is having hand surgery. The explosion also destroyed 2 homes and damaged a 3rd. The ATF is investigating. Now to your KIRO News Radio real-time traffic. This traffic report is brought to you by Seattle Sports. Southbound I-5 from Everett into Seattle is about 45 minutes right now, while northbound from Seattle to Everett is around 33 minutes. Westbound from Bellevue to Seattle is about 18 minutes. Eastbound from Seattle to Bellevue, about 12. Expect heavy congestion as you get closer and closer to Lumen Field with FIFA World Cup activities, and give yourself extra time if you're heading downtown. Download the Seattle Sports app to stay in the know with the latest news, scores, and opinions about your favorite teams. For your forecast, a mix of clouds and sunshines, highs much cooler today in the mid-60s. Right now, it's about 59 in downtown Seattle. I'm Katrina Gashard, KIRO News Radio.
Your best source for local news. You're listening to KIRO News Radio, Northwest News.
It is 11:34. You're listening to the Gee and Ursula Show, and it's time for us to agree to disagree, brought to you by Guardian Roofing and Gutters.
One of these days, we just got to take off the gloves, just really go at it.
All right, I'm still really bothered by Gee's sweeping statement. Gee, you made a sweeping statement about fireworks. Do you care to repeat that for me?
Simple sweeping statement. Fireworks should be banned from everyone except for professionals, those with a permit, or those that have gone through some type of training, period. Everybody else should not be able to handle fireworks.
Okay, so what I'm going to ask you is if the 4th of July used to be better, because if you grew up in the Pacific Northwest, you knew that summer officially started on July 5th. The 4th was guaranteed to be rainy. The week of the 4th was guaranteed to be rainy. It looks like we might have a little dampness. Mm-hmm. Gee, if it is rainy during the 4th, do you still object to average folks having fireworks?
I mean,
removes the fire risk from the homes.
I have the same opinion.
Same opinion.
Raining or not.
What you didn't ask, Chef, is G at 50 has a different opinion than G at 20. Now...
Absolutely.
Yeah,
what's
now...
changed?
Life.
Knowing better.
Knowing of situation. Knowing of
owning a home.
Most recently, I can tell of a most recent story that has happened to a loved one. Right. Ursula tells a story of a story. What happened? Life. Right. And by the way, I'm sure if you disagree with me right now, that's fair. But if you agree with me, I bet you agree with me because you've seen some things, and you know when you know better, you do better.
Or you're annoyed because it's the lead up to the 4th of July and then after the 4th of July, so it's not just on the day of. I think your sweeping statement goes too far, but how about just really enforcing the rules that you have in place and then also minimizing. It has to be on the 4th. You can do them on the 4th, and anything beyond that, no.
Hey, you know what?
We're trying.
In my house, my wife is like, there is absolutely no shoes in the house.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I be on some Ursula. Well, you just need to enforce it and just try to minimize it. And no shoes in the house. You know what I mean? Period.
Come to my house.
Hey, somebody said I'm becoming a cranky old man. You know what? I'll take that.
You're educated. The more you know, the better. Okay.
And just for anyone, if you're just tuning in, Chef completely disagrees with us because
I
you
don't
love the
entirely
fireworks.
disagree. Dude, we can't ban
take away
fun.
all the fun.
You can't ban fun. You can regulate it, just not ban it. Okay,
Yes.
I want to move on to Vice.
Okay.
Vice claims that your bedroom, our bedrooms, are killing our sex lives in America. They say that the modern bedroom has become part home office, part laundry room, part social media, what would you call it? Dungeon,
Yes,
I guess.
yes.
Scrolling place.
Yes.
And they say that research shows that stress and screens are basically the desire killers. And they put us on ice. And so they say that, what we need to do is take our bedrooms back to what they used to be and make them places to sleep and enjoy each other's company. Ursula, is there something wrong with the way we're keeping our bedrooms today?
They're not wrong. That is exactly what's happening. I think an additional question needs to be, who all's missing it?
The two fellas not really laughing here.
I mean, look. I don't know.
So wait. Let me just clarify. Hold on.
Yes.
Because I think it's too simple to just say we'll just blame it on the screens and blame it on the
laundry on the
floor
laundry
or whatever.
The computer.
But why is that happening? And why are those things happening in the bedroom?
Well, I mean, I think honestly, a lot of it's affordability, right? Like we have to use our spaces for different things than we used
Spending hours
to.
scrolling in bed has nothing to do with affordability.
Okay. Maybe the home office setup. We've got the home office setup in our bedroom.
Yeah.
But they say plug your phone outside of your bedroom.
Yeah,
Don't use it in the bedroom.
I think they're absolutely correct.
All right, I'm gonna go way out into the weeds to make this point, Ursula.
All right.
I'm way out. Here we go.
Way out to Othello. Start turn back.
Do y'all ever get close to home and really gotta pee? You know what I'm saying? Like the closer you get to home, your body's like, "Yep, it's time to pee."
There's a homing beacon.
And then all of a sudden it's like, Lillian, could you drive a little faster, please?
You know what I'm saying? Like,
are you slowing down right now?
So we can relate to that. The closer you get, the more. Let me tell y'all where I'm at today. I don't know what happened, y'all, but the moment I passed that threshold into my room, once I walk in there getting ready for bed, by the way, my wife gets so annoyed with me when I say when it's 7:45 p.m. and I'm like, oh, you ready to go to bed? And she's like, she asked me the same thing. Already? Yeah, already. I'm ready to go to bed.
Wait, do you both have to go to bed at the same time?
Well, that's what you do. You go to bed at the same time. But the moment I go through that threshold,
yes,
Ursula, I'm sleep within 5 minutes.
Yeah.
I'm out. So this topic we're talking about today, it don't even matter what's in my bedroom. I told you guys my bedroom is archaic. It's the oldest furniture in the house. Matter of fact, I would argue that the furniture in there is so old, dinosaurs used to kick it around.
I think we need to tweak a few things.
What do you need to tweak?
One is, I think it's just social media, scrolling, and all that goes into, all the focus that goes into your phone is a sex killer.
Yeah, it's a killer. Yeah. I mean, basically, this is making a case for bringing back the old school alarm clocks, like the beep, beep, beep. Would anyone actually do that? Like, actually go back to it? Because all this advice, we hear this all the time.
By the way,
put the phone away, put it in the back of the car, don't have it in your bedroom. Are we going back to old school alarm clocks? I don't think so.
People are addicted. No.
And by the way, here's another crazy sweeping statement. Old alarm clocks wake you up better than new alarm clocks on your phone. Them alarm clocks back in the day was real. Would you feel me?
It's like a fire alarm.
You know that brown clock? The brown one?
I know.
It's
Man,
got the
mine
gray.
wakes me right up, though. The
Does
phone
it?
alarm. Oh, my word. Yeah.
Oh, I'm sorry, Mark.
Yes.
Actually, all of our
Lillian
partners.
gets mad at me because I set 5 alarms.
I got 3. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm a light
They start
sleeper.
going off early. All right, one last quick one here. The Takeout did this is a food publication online. They did a taste test of homemade box cakes mixes versus homemade versus box cake.
Okay.
And they found that the average person could not tell the difference whatsoever.
Big facts.
Big facts.
Big facts.
Big facts?
Yes.
Is homemade overrated when it comes to cake?
Yes. Yes.
Yes. and
But I slaved for hours.
Even the frosting. What
Not
some
the
really smart people have done is you add a little extra love on the box cakes and put a little something there, something to enhance it a little bit.
Enhance it, yeah.
And then you can call it a semi-homemade.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
You put the
why
pudding
reinvent
mix
the-
into the box cake mix. It
why
makes it more,
reinvent the wheel?
Yeah. Yeah, I disagree with you on the frosting, though. Because you cannot buy packaged frosting, you cannot buy. That's an absolute no-no.
Okay, well, look.
Some of it I
Full
love.
transparency.
Yeah.
I'm having this discussion. You guys know what Lillian does with the
Oh,
baking. So it's not fair to have this. But outside of that, I'd argue the box cake, I'm down with it.
I don't think anybody notices so long as the frosting's good.
Nah.
For sure.
Ursula, what you laughing? What text you laughing at?
Ernie and Kent. Dang, G, you're getting
Let me
old.
repeat it.
Y'all sleep in separate beds?
Ernie, mind your business, man. Mind your business.
He's all retired, plenty of free time, no
He
stress.
needs to do golfing all the time these
I know.
days. All right, text messages, feedback, and then we have Ursula's words to live by.
Have something to say? We'd love to hear it. Text KIRO News Radio at 888-973-KIRO. That's 888-973-5476. Powered by Muckleshoot Casino Resort.
Guys, tired all the time? Gaining weight? Low drive? These aren't just signs of aging. They could be low testosterone or other underlying issues. This June, for Men's Health Month, Revive Men's Health in Seattle is offering a free comprehensive wellness panel, a $400 value. It checks your testosterone, blood sugar, cholesterol, kidney, liver, thyroid, and heart health. No guessing, just answers. Over 100,000 men have trusted Revive to get real results. More energy, better sleep, improved mood, and confidence that shows. If something feels off, don't wait. Take control and protect your long-term health by knowing your numbers. This offer ends June 30th. Schedule your free comprehensive wellness panel today. Call 206-529-1111. That's 206-529-1111. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Feel better, live stronger. Start now.
Healthcare costs are rising, and a major driver is hospital prices. They've increased more than 250% over the past 25 years. Families and local businesses are feeling it. At Primera Blue Cross, we're working to change that by negotiating with hospitals to secure fair, responsible prices so you can get the care you need at a cost you can afford. That's coverage that counts. Learn more at coveragethatcounts.primera.com.
30 years ago, Davis Law Group was founded to be the best law firm for our clients and our community. Our core values are to win, help, and serve. It means our success is defined by the difference we make in our clients' lives and the impact we can have in our community. Not by giant settlement checks or shiny offices. Our mission to lift up the vulnerable extends beyond the courtroom to our charity partners, promoting safety, uplifting students, accident victims, foster youth, and the elderly. If you've been injured and want better results for your claim and for all of Washington, call Davis Law Group today.
RV buyers save thousands at the 10th Annual Summer RV Blowout Sale, June 18th through the 28th at the Evergreen State Fairgrounds. Top manufacturers with every floor plan imaginable, exclusive dealer rebates, huge discounts on new and used models, factory reps on site, enjoy free lunch, plus a year's worth of free camping. The 10th Annual Summer RV Blowout Sale, June 18th through the 28th at the Evergreen State Fairgrounds in Monroe, hosted by Open Road RV, free parking and admission.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460. 800-343-6460.
Optima Tax Relief.
Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
Carter Subaru is Seattle's only Subaru dealer with the largest selection of Subarus in Washington. With over 800 vehicles in stock, they have exactly what you're looking for with savings you'll love. Visit Carter Subaru in Shoreline and Ballard or anytime at cartersubaru.com.
I'm Bradley Johnson with 1-800-DUI-AWAY. Let's talk about soccer. Serious passion, inhuman stamina, and yet exaggerated injuries. Soccer is one of the few sports where overtime is a little subjective. One thing we know is that many fans enjoy game day with craft brews. Be sure to keep a clean sheet. It's not worth trading in those bicycle kicks for riding your bicycle to work. When being pulled over for DUI, there are rarely yellow cards, only red. So play it safe and don't go off sides. Call 1-800-DUI-AWAY or go to 1-800-DUI-AWAY.com to schedule your free private consultation. If you're stopped for DUI midfield from home and there are no free kicks, make it your goal to call 1-800-DUI-AWAY.
1-800-DUI-AWAY.
Hey, everybody. It's Gee and Ursula. Happy Friday to you. Oh, that's right. I said I wasn't going to do that no more. Happy Fresh Fridays to you. Oh, did it again. Ursula, what's up with these text messages?
Well, we had a lot of different topics, and I will tell you, today, of all the days of the week, y'all were busy.
Yeah, they were.
You were engaged today, and we sure appreciate that. So let's start off with Seattle now paying businesses up to $5,000 to help pay for vandalism incidents. 253 says, tax the people, don't do anything to address crime, use funds to pay for consequences of crime, wash, rinse, repeat. I'm with you, 253.
CJ in Bothell says, the city should not be paying for anything aside from investments in stopping the problem from happening.
And then on the topic of street barriers off Aurora, and if you missed that segment, y'all need to listen to the podcast because, Gee, you somehow made me laugh in that segment, which was a very serious topic.
Right.
But you said that street barriers are not going to be convincing anyone to stop pimping. Essentially.
I'm done with this pimping. Why? Because they put the barriers on Aurora.
Tyson says, I agree with G 100% because I'm one of those people who did get an opportunity to make decent, legit money and will never go back to a life of crime.
Sharon says, I would like severe penalties for the pimps. Not saying they aren't capable of change, but my heart is with the poor girls being used.
Andy in Newcastle says, my cousin is an example of both a fail and a successful rise out of a life of crime. Middle child, supportive brother, mother, grandparents, cousins, aunts, and uncles. Strong union family with guided pathways into union work. Dude still chose crime. South Seattle gang, a couple of arrests later. Dude was ready for a change. Luckily, the stable family structure offered a backboard for my cousin.
Flex Fridays. Robbie in Oak Harbor says, doesn't G preach that nothing good happens after 10 p.m.? Is fried chicken the exception?
See,
Robbie,
I'm with you.
Hey, Robbie, you right, dog. I still feel that way. Because let me tell you something. Eating fried chicken after 10 o'clock at night is not good for anybody 50 and over. Come on now.
Correct. Correct. But
sweeping statement.
You did share that. What's the name of this place that you said is the best?
Hungry AF down in Tacoma. Look it up. I'm telling you.
Truck,
when
right?
you see their videos.
Okay. Katie in Covington says, I just want to give a little boast. I am down to my pre-wedding / COVID weight.
Come on, Katie.
But then she says, my secret is being sick and breastfeeding. Now, breastfeeding is a great, great way to do so many things, so many benefits.
Can't relate.
So many benefits. State health officials are warning World Cup fans about our especially strong pot. Well, that was another conversation that was a lot of fun. You might want to listen to the podcast for that one, too, because I shared a story that apparently never gets old.
In a little bit here.
Oh, no. Okay.
We had a conversation.
Well, wait, do you want to read some of those?
Oh, Maya on Whidbey Island says, I split a small caramel edible with my husband, prodded by friends, about 2 months ago. It did not affect him much, but I felt horrible. The words coming out of my mouth felt disconnected from my brain. I saw a halo in my peripheral vision and was really afraid I'd end up in the ER. Never again. It was frightening.
And Maya, do times 20 on that one. And yeah, I was afraid I was going to end up in the ER as well. Rachel in Kirkland says, I didn't know that the little cup that comes with a bottle of weed soda was to measure servings. One bottle is 10 servings, and I drank the whole thing. Oh no. Oh, no. And then we also talked about fireworks. Pastor Frank wanted to make sure you knew that for once I agree with G. As a veteran, it is a difficult time. It should only be for professionals.
Okay, let's put a line in the sand. We are 6.5 years in. Pastor Frank says, for once, I agree with G. Okay, right now, if you're listening right now, and you've been listening since day one for 6.5 years, I want you to text in, because if you don't text in, then now we know going forward. Tell me that if you're someone listening says, you know what, I've been listening to the show, I have never agreed with G on one topic. Text in.
Yeah, text in right now, 888-973-5476.
Not once. How is that possible?
I know.
All right, Ursula, let's get to it. It's time for your words to live by. What you got?
I love this one. Every day you have two choices: to focus on what's wrong or to embrace what's right. Choose gratitude. Choose joy, which we like to say on the show. Choose to see the beauty in the little things, and life will become even more incredible than you ever imagined.
Wow. I like that. One of the takeaways today is make sure that, contractors or those paying for it pay their subcontractors. So if you build a casino, make sure everybody gets paid when they're building those casinos.
That was a random thought.
That was random, but that words to live by was good. Because we've been choosing joy all the time.
Yeah, we have.
Nick, what you got, man?
Well, there's always common staples tied in with some World Cup towns, from the Philly cheesesteak to the KC barbecue winning crowns. But if traveling up to Seattle for our matches that we host, you might find a sweet leaf as our go-to mainstay on our coast. And if you need an expert for the best grass you can shop, we'll have Ursula show you her chocolate bars and lemon drops. Maybe don't take her advice on how much to consume, though, because that'll hit you like some 4th of July fireworks in your living room the other day.
And if you missed the story, Chef's going to share it on our Gee and Ursula Show Facebook page. Y'all, I've got to start controlling my facial expressions.
No, you don't.
They're so goofy.
It's so real, though.
It's
real. You don't want people. You don't want to look perfect.
Oh.
But they're like, hey, let's doctor it up.
Well, you'll see me in all my glory. Yikes.
Oh, Pastor Frank texted in and says, okay, maybe 2 times. Okay, Pastor Frank. All right, we got to go.
Have a great
weekend. It's been fun. Thanks, Ursula. Have a good one. Thank you, Chef. Thank you, Nick.
You too, man.
Hey, the Jake and Spike Show, they're coming in next. Make sure you stick around. Appreciate you for listening. Love you for that. And as always, be kind.
Hope you had as much fun as we have. So long, everybody.
Choke Points with Chris Sullivan.
With Choke Points, we try to answer listeners' questions. It can be as simple as a neighborhood stop sign, or it can be as big as the budget for transportation. I don't care. I'll find the answer for you. It's really easy to get a hold of me at mynorthwest.com. We have a direct link there that gets right to me. You can also do it in the app. You can hit me up on the text line.
Choke Points, presented by Carter Subaru. Tuesdays and Thursdays on KIRO News Radio 97.3 FM.
You could sleep through the night without thinking twice. You could take a seat in the middle of the theater. You could drive without worry of where the next restroom is. You used to say yes, and somewhere along the way, you stopped. Not because of one big moment, because of 100 small ones. A little more urgency, one more trip to the bathroom at 2 a.m., one more mental note about where the restroom is. It happened slowly enough that it just became you. But it's not you. It's enlarged prostate, and there's a treatment called aquablation therapy, the only ultrasound-guided robotic-assisted therapy for enlarged prostate. Find an aquablation therapist near you. Call Aquablation Seattle at 206-666-2466, 206-666-2466. That's 206-666-2466. All surgical treatments carry risks, and results may vary. Side effects may include urinary symptoms, mild pain, ejaculatory dysfunction, or infection. In rare cases, complications to the urethra and rectum may occur. Aquablation therapy may not be right for everyone. Talk to your urologist to learn more. Visit aquablationseattle.com.
There are 6 markets you can place your money in. Research suggests it's better to have exposure to all 6 markets. Don't miss a potential opportunity because you didn't strategically diversify your assets. Hi, Jeff here with Madrona Financial and CPAs. Request your no-cost Madrona analysis today and discover what you may be missing in your portfolio. Call 833-673-7373 right now to request your analysis. That's 833-673-7373.
Hi, I'm Dr. Shelley Flace with today's tip for kids from the American Academy of Pediatrics. Kids are full of energy, but keeping them active in their teen years can be a challenge. Aim for an hour of physical activity every day. If they like sports, that's a great place to start. Keep the focus on fun, not winning, and encourage your child to do a variety of activities. If your child isn't meeting that 60-minute goal, gradually increase their activity in ways they enjoy. For more, talk with your pediatrician or visit healthychildren.org.
KIRO News Radio.
Get on the YouTube channel.
We're live all day on YouTube. Every show, every day.
Hang out with us. The whole gang's there.
And you never know what you might see.
Back up the camera. Oh, my God.
Just search KIRO News Radio, then subscribe.
Giving your liver a spring cleaning is easy with Active Liver. From New Nordic. Search for Active Liver by New Nordic on Amazon, CVS, Wegmans, or GNC.
Man, I love this place. I've been surfing here since I was a kid. Now, seeing my grandson out on the water, it means everything to me. Watching him and taking in the blue waves, the sea breeze, the blurry horizon.
If you have geographic atrophy, or GA, subtle changes in vision could mean it's progressing toward irreversible vision loss. Izervay is proven to slow GA progression and could help preserve your vision for longer, so you may keep seeing the world around you. Izervay, or avacincaptad pegol, is an eye injection. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may cause blood in the white of the eye, blurred vision, or a temporary increase in eye pressure. Do not drive or use machinery until vision has recovered after an eye injection or exam. Ask your retina specialist